Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. The king is the king. Mohamed Salah leading Europe with 10 goals and 10 assists. The best player in the world in the current moment, no doubt about it. And Man City are humbled, to be honest, today. Against Brighton, absolutely humbled today. Erling Haaland is the biggest man-child, as Rory said on Twitter, I've seen. Bro, it's crazy. But big up everybody that is here. We're here to talk about the two games. Manchester City, with all the injuries in the world, to be honest, with the back line that you would never have thought you'd ever see in your lifetime, with Simpson Posey and Kyle Walker as center backs, Rico Lewis, you'll never see that ever in your life again. I promise you that. But Liverpool are in control, dominating Aston Villa, absolutely dominant. Mohamed Salah is phenomenal. Gravenberch is, I'm saying it here, he's the best midfielder in the league at the current moment. There's no doubt about it. The guy today was absolutely out of this world. But we're here with a great... Look at the City faces. It's fucking Richard smile, people. It's just football. Pep Guardiola is gonna turn it around. But listen, I'm actually gonna put K-Mac on the top and have the City fans. We gotta, to be honest, I just gotta get a shout to NJ. First time on my channel. I just stumbled upon your account. He's a young City fan from England, lives outside of England, but from England. Great content. I watched a couple of his shows. Fantastic, of course. You all know Vator and you all know Kilkster. Everyone knows them. Kilkster is here to take the cooking because she's not only here when her team is winning. And the Liverpool lot, the happiness. I saw the football terrace. You all have chest now, apart from Hussam, who's a fraud. You haven't watched that K-Mac. You have to go and watch it. Everyone is saying their favorite. And Hussam's trying to calm everything down so they won't get clipped. It's absolutely funny. But listen, we actually have to start with Manchester City. Were you guys humble today? Is that? I'm gonna start with the Bater. To be honest, Bater, were you humble today?
Were we humbled today?
More than you believe.
I think let me say this. We've always been a humble fan base, though. So to say that we were humble today is a little wild. So we were
him serious.
What do you mean you're not taking me
You're
serious?
not serious.
I'm very serious. We're probably again. It's going to sound not humble, but we are the most humble fan base for the amount of success that we have. To be honest with you, like we've seen a lot of arrogance come from other fan bases that haven't had this run of success. So when I say that, that's the context that I'm giving it in. But we were reminded today that we can't drop levels. We always have to match or exceed who we're playing against. And for Bournemouth, for Southampton, Pep has said it in press conferences. When we don't match the intensity of the opponent, we're going to lose. We're not going to have the success that we had. And against Brighton, that's exactly what happened because we were playing at levels. Many of you would say the 30 minutes, the first half, we looked like City. Yes, we didn't score as many as we tend to, but we looked like we were controlling the game. We looked like, got that 1-0. It is what it is. The second half, however, different story. The second half shows, again, these opponents, these opposite teams are playing us for a full 90, and we need to be able to match that. The years of them being fearful of us before a ball's even kicked, it's different now. They know where we're vulnerable. They know where they can get at. And another reason why they know they can get at us.
I like this analysis because it's actually true.
Yeah, it's very true.
It's actually very true.
Yes. No, I'm always truthful.
No. But you are the first one. Okay, to be honest with you, I'm going to go to the other City fans. You're the first one because this was said, I think it was the National League when I think Rory or Tom or someone said, teams are not going into the game 1-0 down against City like before. They aren't. They have a plan. They execute the plan. They aren't fearful. So that's different.
Brighton was fearful today. Brighton was fearful in that first half.
Absolutely not. They weren't.
In the first half. No.
Bro, they were passing the ball inside their 18 between three players. They definitely weren't fearful.
No. In the first half.
They were passing the ball in their 18. The fact that City dominated them.
Hey, they do that all the time.
But
that's why they didn't change their plan for City, guys. They didn't change their plan for City.
You have to microanalyze.
Is that fair to say?
You have to microanalyze it.
Why am I microanalyzing?
Because they were getting the ball into dangerous positions, but they also weren't committing forward. They weren't pressing like they did against Liverpool. They were not pressing in that first half. They only started pressing in the second half when Manchester City decided to slow the game down, and then they realized there's space to attack here. In the first half, they sat back, they played counter ball, they got into dangerous positions, but then they ended up, leading to nothing because they didn't have enough men overloading City's midfield. In the second half, it was the opposite. So I
thought they had a plan. I know, Kilkster, you don't have a lot of time. You just stop to have your say. You're humble. Stay humble.
Sure.
You know why I'm telling you this? Because you remember yourself in the City. I had the City stream with everyone, and you guys ripped up Arsenal fans. And
I wasn't on that for very long.
You
so
were.
You're not
you were for half an hour. For half an hour.
Go to work. Don't forget.
But
no, I'll just say Merry Christmas, Liverpool fans. I know everybody's in party mode. You're having a great time. Every Liverpool fan I know has contacted me except for like one or two, but I'm sure they'll get a hold of me later. So congratulations. Keep the seat warm. We're coming in the second half. Again, like the Sporting game, the City game is a tale of two halves. First half was fine, good enough to win. I thought if we'd bagged some of those chances, Savio, bro, you got to score that goal. And then it just fell apart in the second half. Against Sporting, it only took 20 seconds, but at least this one took 20 minutes, something like that. So yeah, just another second half capitulation. Kyle Walker, oh God, he was terrible in that second half. And the annoying part about it is that he was actually not too terrible in the first half. And then, he just dropped an all-time stinker in the second half. That they were just destroying the right-hand side of the pitch in the second half. And they probably deserved it. We didn't try to score in the second half. And when you don't try to score more and you have a back line as patched up as we had, you're not going to keep a clean sheet. And we didn't. So I'm not really that surprised. But, it is what it is. We don't have any bodies right now. It's very clear that Akanji and Ake were just on the bench to fill seats. I don't think they were ever going to play. They're clearly not fit. And we desperately need Akanji back because the right back is a disaster right now. Like Walker cannot start, and I don't trust Rico in there anymore. It's just the teams are just feasting on that, and every game you see it, they're just targeting the right back. So we need a Kanji back so that he can play right back like he did in the treble season. And yeah, we'll just see what happens. This international break can't come soon enough.
Are you worried that you fall behind Liverpool with big points, that you won't be able to come back at all? Because you said you come back in the second half of the season.
I'm concerned right now. I'm not worried. Anything can happen because Liverpool, they're playing great right now. I'm not going to take anything away from them, but their second half of the season, they do have some very tough fixtures on the road. They definitely have had some good fixtures at home. Like they played Chelsea at home, and then they've played, Brighton at home. My brain's kind of, I've been driving for the past 4 hours, so my brain's a little fried. But yeah, they're going to have some tough fixtures in the second half of the season away. And, that could be the great equalizer. Who knows?
Yeah. Listen, we're going to have to talk about Phil Foden as well. I don't know if NJ has to talk about Phil Foden as well.
Yeah.
Kelkster, feel free if you have to go. I know you're driving.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to take off, guys, because I got another hour or two on the road.
Thank you for
have a good stream. And you can cook me in the comments. That's fine. I can take it.
Thank you, Kel.
Bye.
We'll see you soon. Bye.
Yeah, Mo, like you said, I think I have to speak of Phil Foden once again. Thank you for having me here. This is my first time here. It's a pleasure for you to invite me. And I think Phil Foden is really a main talking point in this City side. A player that was Premier League Player of the Season last year, the best player in our Premier League team, 4th title in a row. He basically secured it on the last day of the season. And now, after the poor Euros, once again, he is not performing. And I don't know why, because I feel like in the Champions League, his performances have been all right. He has been the standout player in the Champions League. And today, again, against Brighton, he failed to step up. But I don't think that's only him. I feel like it's been Gundogan as well. But Foden just doesn't seem to click. He plays out wide instead of centrally. When he's centrally, he doesn't demand for the ball. And even little decisions where I feel like he lets Kevin De Bruyne, who's come back from injury, try and play in the final third where he's meant to step up. It's like he has to do more. And he's only had now 1 goal involvement in the Premier League season so far, which is very, very concerning. But yeah.
To be honest with you, when I was watching the game today, go ahead. If anybody wants to step in, go ahead.
I think it's obviously with a star player like Phil Foden, the fact that he was Player of the Year last year and deservingly so. There's going to be a lot of eyes on him for, okay, now that you've done that, let's see it again this year. He hasn't done himself any favors for having a poor international, which don't really connect with club play, but having a poor international, the eyes are still on him. And he came to start the season a little behind the pace, and obviously some things that kept him off the pitch personally and as well as health. Hasn't done himself any favors because when you look at it from accumulation, everything's seen 10 games, 11 games, where are the stats? All right. I think he's only had 4 starts over the course of the season. So when we put that in perspective, he's got to level up. He does have to carry the club the way he's capable of, and he's got to make up for some of the things that Pep is trying to search for in that midfield. But he's not going to look good because none of us look good. Yeah. No one really looks good.
No, Kovacic looked good today. Foden didn't.
No, but Kovacic looked good for how we've kind of seen Kova, not what we need of that player in that role. So when
you want the reality, Vator, nobody, to be honest with you, superstars with the pedestal that, and I'm being honest here, it's not an agenda. I'll have the same thing for Cole Palmer, for Mohamed Salah, for Bukayo Saka. You put a player on that pedestal, you get Player of the Year, you need to rise. Cole Palmer last season in a horrific Chelsea team was still performing. Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, sometimes Liverpool were not performing, but these 2 individuals were performing. That is what I'm looking at. You can't have the excuse that the rest of the team are not performing. I need to see glimpses of his brilliance. Yes, he delivered a good free kick, right? But I need him to ask for the ball. He's literally given the ball to the others to do the work, to do the magic.
That's very true.
Today, I saw him, instead of him driving and penetrating the opposition, is asking Savini to do that. Is asking Matteo Nunes to do that. And if you guys are not seeing that, you are being biased. Today, he had an opportunity a couple of times on the right side to dribble and go and feed Haaland, but he would turn and go to Savinho. And don't tell me it is a manager's instructions, because I've seen Foden do it last season. He literally used to glide past people and make something happen. This season, he's choosing the pass before the dribble, before creating something. And he's choosing the safety passes, back passes, side passes, let the winger work. I am not. Like he doesn't want to have the pressure. Like he doesn't want to make the mistake. He's playing it safe.
Mo, I feel like...
Speak on that. One sec. Let me just speak on that.
Go ahead.
I'm seeing similarities in that pattern, but here's the thing that I want to come back to, and it's not a excuse, it's a explanation for why we may be seeing it. Okay? There's no trust in our midfield. There's no trust if we take those attempts on not being countered. There's a vulnerability right now. Because, yes, Kova looked good, but Kova's not Rodri. And the system right now, when we lose possession, there's the fear they're going to run down our throats. So I think Foden, in that, knowing, because he's very aggressive, he's very direct. Pep has talked about he actually wanted Foden to slow down his game a little bit, be a little more intricate and have a little pause to it, because he is so direct and want to go on the attack. He's playing those balls out wide because, yes, it is the safer route, because if he loses possession in an attacking role centrally, we're vulnerable within the midfield. I'm not saying it's right, but I think that's what we're seeing right now until the trust is fully there amongst this 11. But
can I ask you a question? I haven't said anything yet, by the way.
Yeah, Mac, it's an open floor, bro.
Can I ask a question? And this is a serious question. Are the managers, the likes of Pep Guardiola and Arteta, really making the difference as a manager if you lose two midfielders out of your team in Odegaard and Rodri, and your team basically fall to pieces? Are they really that good? Like, are they really proving that they are the best of the best? When
can I reply to that one?
Fall out of their teams, it is literally take those two players out of their teams, and they can't get points.
Okay,
that is
so
how bad it is.
Go ahead, Andrew.
So first of all, I can't really speak for Arsenal because that's not my team. But saying that about Pep Guardiola, I feel like it's really disrespectful, because we have to think of Pep Guardiola being able to win a league without a striker playing with four midfielders. Pep Guardiola has won the league with centre backs as defensive midfielders. Pep Guardiola has won the league with a Zinchenko, who's now struggling to start at Arsenal, at left back, playing him inverted, playing him out wide. So I feel like Pep Guardiola has to be left out of that conversation. Whether he doesn't. But to be honest with you, no, he doesn't.
Okay, I can't believe
I can interject. I'm also involved. I know I'm not only
if I could just defend City, if I could just defend City here for a second. I feel like people are pigeonholing arguments a little bit. Pep Guardiola should be doing better. There's no doubt about it. Like we saw it last season with Rodri out, all of the sudden teams can hit you on the transition. Now the quality of the team may be the reason why they don't score, but it still doesn't change the fact that they're getting into dangerous areas over and over and over through transition. But just like with Phil Foden, if City had buried their chances that they should have buried, everyone's tone would be different. And that's the only reason why I'm not going to buy into this, because Erling Haaland had two opportunities to slot home goals that he didn't, and he usually does. Savinho had a clear one-on-one. I have to give credit to Verbruggen because I rate him. I saw him in the Euros. He's a very young goalkeeper, huge frame, great goalkeeper, right? But it's not like City didn't have chances. Even at the end of the game, Guardiola missing that wide open header, not even putting it on frame. He did it last week. He did it 2 weeks ago against Bournemouth. And then this week he just doesn't, right? The issue is that I'm seeing City not getting the job done. It's not like the job just isn't even there and they're just totally terrible. It's that they're getting the chances that they would get before, and now they're not getting it over the line. Now, what's the reason behind that? I don't know. But you couple that with losing Rodri, losing De Bruyne, losing all of these other people, right? Because we had these symptoms when Rodri was gone, but you guys were still getting the job done. But now that we see basically two forces combining into one, the analysis is sort of going like all over the place. Phil Foden should not be like, yes, he won Premier League Player of the Season last year. There should be a certain set of expectations. But if other guys do their job, no one talks about Phil Foden because you're failing. And because you're failing, now you're shining the light on me because I'm not stepping up and being Superman week in, week out, which I also don't even think is fair.
Because it's Phil Foden. He's the best player in the league. It's
Once
like,
again, thank you
Really
for
not.
completing my
It's
point
really-
because
it's
I was
really
going
not. How simple it is when Man City don't have Rodri, they don't get points. Like, it's been
That's
proven.
one way to look at it, yes.
It is the common denominator. You don't have Rodri.
Do you know, but do you know why?
Yeah, but
and I want to hear
comes with
Ram's
goals.
opinion on this as well. Do you know why? Because
One
I think
guy.
he's stubborn. He's stubborn.
Pep is stubborn.
Pep Guardiola today still played Foden in the 10 with Gundogan without legs to cover with Kovacic. And in the second half, they put Baleba in. Okay, everything is done. Halas. Bro, they passed the ball between the midfielders about 40 times, guys. 40 passes through the midfield, Brighton today. 40.
Yeah, for the second goal as well.
How's that even
Yeah.
possible
Yeah.
for a manager not to see it? It's not wide in the middle between the lines because he has no midfielders around.
But Mo,
Rodri used to
exactly.
prevent that.
Mo, but
And-
then don't
Bro,
you
but,
think
but that's what Mac's point. How he's not adjusting without his defensive midfielder. How
But
is he
can't
watching
adjust.
90 minutes?
Okay, Mo, that's very true because the game in the second half was the complete opposite of what was in the first half.
I can do this
But
as
then
well.
again, I
Gator,
want to
brother.
ask you, how can City solve the problem when we don't have any midfielders?
Play more midfielders. Don't play Phil Foden, who has no defensive attributes whatsoever.
The other
Pack
midfielders
the
is
midfield.
KD, Bernardo Silva, and James McAtee.
Why didn't he play Matias Nunes, Kovacic, and Bernardo Silva and pack the midfield? Gundogan, no
Okay.
legs next to Kovacic and Foden.
But
I'm
if
giving you the solution. You just don't like it.
Me personally, I think
City-
No,
Bernardo
you should be
Silva
Man
also
City
hasn't
manager,
been-
bro.
Yeah,
if City had finished their
No.
dinner, we wouldn't be talking about this though. City's
Exactly.
first half
That's-
setup,
That's one
City's
point
first half
again.
setup was there to win the game, and they
I
fucked
love
up their
this.
opportunities. They
And
missed
I'm
them.
not.
And just in general, has been the theme for the entire season. We have enough chances to kill off games like we usually did, where teams because
Yes.
the past couple of seasons we had games we'd be up 2-0, 3-0, and then the teams get tired. They don't want to play us anymore. But now it's like we might get a goal or we might not get one at all. And then it's like, yeah, we just have to keep compact and maybe we'll get one or two counters and we can hurt them. And that's what teams have done. We can see the Fulham game was very, very close, where it was literally the same thing, but we managed to get 3 goals. If we don't get those 3 goals, we're losing that game as well because Adama Traore was on goal enough
Fulham
times
should have
to
been
win.
here. If it wasn't
Adama
for Traore being absolutely
that's-
And
Yeah.
Nelson
That's what I
Semedo would
was
have made
saying.
it 2-0 against Wolves.
Should have
Would
been
not have
leading.
he would not 2-0
Exactly.
against Wolves. Nelson Semedo 1-on-1.
Same
Yep.
situation.
He was a bozo as well. But it's not only about that. There is another problem with City. You guys are not creating enough clear-cut chances like last season.
Facts.
Clear-cut
Yeah,
chances.
but I feel
It's
like
the way
Haaland,
that they're playing.
if you look,
you know.
Haaland, the last 3
That's a
games,
myth.
Haaland missed 8 big chances, and Haaland is a guy that usually scores 1 out of 3 chances that he gets. So that's very concerning as well. And I think that the chances that we have are never really clear cut because the teams are cramped around their box. So
Thank you.
it's a lot
This
of
is myth
sideways
about
passing. You
clear-cut
can't
chances.
create
No,
clear-cut
I
chances
am
when their
not.
teams
No,
pack,
we're not doing
parking the
this.
box.
We are not doing
We're
this.
doing
We
this.
are
Wait,
not
look at the
doing this.
Liverpool
I am
game
so-
today. Aston Villa had set pieces.
Let me give you
where
an example,
one
NJ,
person
today.
was
Before
at
you
the
no, before
halfway
you
line.
continue. I'm sorry. Let me tell you. Today, Savinho had the guy Estupinian on toast. Took him to the line 4 times. And he didn't pass the first man in every cross. Every cross was
Yeah.
to the first man.
That's
That
just
has nothing to do with
decision-making,
people in the
yeah.
box. Right? You know what? Who does that? Robertson for Liverpool. Go all the way to the line and hit the first man. Hit the first man.
Maybe in
Bro,
2019, but not
Savinho
now.
today looked phenomenal until he needs to pass the ball at the end to Haaland or somebody else.
Yeah,
That's a
but then
problem.
again-
Mayor, don't give that
Then-
face.
but then
Mayor, don't
again,
give
Oh,
that
I'm
face. Do you
giving
know
that
why I
face.
won't have?
Mo,
Do you know? No. Do you know why I
Mo,
won't have it? Do you
wait,
know why I
wait,
won't
NJ,
have
wait.
this? Yeah, yeah. I'm especially. I'm going to be pointing at Vea here. It's good to see you, Vea, my old enemy. It's good
Yeah,
to
good
see
to
you.
see you.
But the reason why I can't have it when you're saying teams pack the box, they play defensive football, Mourinho tactics, whatever name you
I
want to
didn't
call
say
it.
all of that. I don't know.
No, I know you didn't say it, but a lot of City fans are saying it, and you two are representatives of City. I'm
Okay.
going to say this right now.
Okay.
When we lost our game against Nottingham Forest, and when we criticised our players and everything like that, everything under the sun, City fans didn't want to say, we're saying, what is a low block? It's Nottingham Forest. Why can't you break them down? What I thought you had McAllister. I thought you had Salah. I thought you had this player. I thought you had that player. Why can't we have the same energy for Manchester City? You got big boy Bernardo Silva in your team. You got big boy Haaland. You got big boy player of the season Phil Foden, who's fallen off a cliff. And I don't know why people aren't criticising him to the same level as Bukayo Saka, because I think he deserves that level of criticism. Why can't we have the same energy for these players?
Timeline.
Okay, Ram, you didn't watch the game.
No,
Bernardo
I did. I
Silva-
actually did watch the game.
Okay,
Thank you,
so if you
but
watch the
yes.
game, Bernardo Silva came on. He didn't start. And the thing that's very different.
But it's been having stinkers. Like we have to, like he has been having stinkers.
Yeah,
but
but
not.
at the same time,
So that's what
most of
what
us-
I'm saying is not. It's not imagination. It's
No,
out.
okay, it's not imagination. It's not imagination. But with regards to this game in particular, Bernardo came as a sub. KDB came as a sub. When you talk about we got big bad so and so, Pep is a manager that will play you when you're healthy. And if you're on the red line, which you're familiar with, Ram, as Klopp would manage your players or have an 11 and run them to the ground, Pep doesn't do that. So all I'm pointing out is if those players were available, they'd play. The point that we were trying to make with regards to clear-cut chances is we very rarely get those opportunities where it's Haaland running down on a defender. The few that do happen, we've all seen the highlights. Haaland bullies somebody.
Cash
gets
money,
Liverpool
all
scores.
of them.
Teams will not give us those opportunities. So the clear-cut chances aren't many. It's a myth about we're not creating as many. We're being defended differently.
Can we stop it? Can we stop this?
Wait,
Are
the
three.
two goals you
When
scored
I say
today-
when I
the
say
two
we,
goals you
when I say
scored
we,
today,
I'm
we
talking
never have those
Liverpool,
types of
Arsenal,
chances.
City. When I talk about us as we, Liverpool, Arsenal, City, we are three of the best teams in the league. We have to deal with this on a weekly basis. I'm sorry, I am not giving you any form of excuses with this. We all have to deal with low blocks. We all have to deal with lower league teams having
I'm
to
not having that.
Ram,
the
no one's
box
making an
in
excuse.
every
When
single
you talk about
game.
clear-cut chances, we're giving you context to why there aren't as many as previous years. We're not making excuses. We have to break down teams differently. It's not clear-cut chances or one-on-ones that you're trying to break down. The Traore opportunities, you can count on your hand how many times that'll possibly happen for City. We don't defend that way. We don't get defended that way. So Traore running down on Ederson, those happen often because of how we play defensively. Other teams don't defend us to get those opportunities. Now, when it comes down to, pardon me,
keep the ball better.
Can I ask you a question?
Can I do something before anybody talk? Can I do something?
Hold on, Mo. Let me go my banter roll now because Ram wants to go.
But I have to do something. We have almost 1,000 people here, guys, and we aren't even on 200 likes. Hit that like button, and also really shameless. I am less than 70 subscribers away from 27K. So hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Really want to get there. Maybe by the end of the weekend, hopefully with your help, guys. Share the stream, like the video. If you like the video more, we'll go to new viewers. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's very essential for the channel that you hit that like button. It's underneath your live chat. Close the live chat, like the video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and back to the show. But I need to see 300 likes, guys, within the next 5 minutes, please.
Can I ask you a question? And first of all, hit the like, everyone. Like, there's 1,000 people in here. Hit the like. Let's get us to 300. But I want to ask a question to the Man City fans.
Go ahead.
Are you worried? You've got Liverpool at home. At Anfield. Yeah. You got Newcastle away. Like, I'll be honest. Arsenal should have beat you. Fulham should have beat you.
Don't forget about
There's
Tottenham.
teams that should have beat you, which didn't beat you because you were lucky. And you've got two of the hardest games away in the league because Newcastle beat Arsenal. Newcastle are very good away. They nearly beat us last season. Are you worried? Because you can go 8 points behind to us, and then you've got Newcastle away. You could be 13 points behind us by the end of November. Like, seriously. Like, do you
They
think
don't have Newcastle
No,
away.
we don't
They
have
don't have
Newcastle
Newcastle.
away. We
Yeah,
drew to them.
it's
Man City have
it's
got
City.
Newcastle after us away.
No,
No, they
it's,
don't.
it's no, we do. It's City
You
at
do.
Yeah, you guys.
it's Tottenham at home, then Feyenoord at home, then
Yeah.
Liverpool away, and then Nottingham Forest at home. But Nottingham Forest, they're not.
It's
Sorry,
they're
you've
tough
got
as
not an
well.
easy
Yeah,
team.
it's
I'm
tough
telling
as
you
well.
what.
Yeah.
I'm telling you something. After the international break, if Man City don't beat Tottenham Hotspur at their home stadium, they're finished. Finished. They're finished, bro.
Finished.
Wow,
Look,
that's
I'm telling you
wild.
the season,
Wild.
I'm telling you, let me tell you what happened before. Once Liverpool get 10, 15 points, Pep Guardiola is going to do the same as he did before, especially with the injuries he has. You remember the 1920 season? He gave up. He gave up. 10, 15 points behind Arne Slot. If the board doesn't give him money in the January transfer window to go sign a replacement for Rodri, an adequate one, he might give up. He's not going to go into this cycle over and over again, keep injuring the players. He did it against Liverpool. When you were 15 points ahead of him in 1920, he gave
Yeah,
up.
the injuries we had
He
there.
completely
Yeah.
gave up.
Yeah.
When Fernandinho used to play center back, he gave up. If the players don't come back from injury, I think he'll give up.
Mike,
Okay,
are you
well,
feeling
you
that? Are
think
you
he's gonna
feeling
give
a
up?
1920 season? Sorry, I just want to ask Mike that question.
No, because in that 1920 season, Liverpool countless times had to score a last minute winner. The amount of games that we won 2-1.
Oh my God, Mike.
Well, let me finish my point. It doesn't, the way that we're playing doesn't feel the same way. Like back then, I don't think that we were playing as good as we're playing now. And I don't even think that we're even playing as good as we could possibly play. I look at a lot of these performances and I say 70% of that game, I'm not very happy with, but I'm getting the results. So, but also at the same time, Manchester City have won 4 in a row. I don't care about injuries. I don't care about the past. It means nothing to me. You're Manchester City. You are the Four Peters. You have the best striker in the world. Like, there are no excuses. You can talk about injuries all you want, but when you win 4 in a row, you're going to have to hold that. And ultimately, you can't win every single year, because if you did, this wouldn't even be a sport. We wouldn't be talking here because there would be no point. So
I've got to be honest as well, Man City fans. I'm pretty sure UAE picked our referee in VAR today as well.
Of the handball.
I see what you did there, Mike. I know
Yeah, I know,
for a
sorry.
fact. And I know why Hussam don't like you.
What do you mean?
Wait.
Hussam loves me. Why would he have me on a show if he doesn't?
You can have your civil war fight at another time.
But to be honest with you, I'm looking at this season for City now. What is the solution, guys, without Rodri? Seriously. What is the solution? What do you do?
Different style of football.
Can I go first?
Yeah, you can.
I
Of
feel
course.
I feel like we have to adapt. So basically, we've been playing very, very possession based. Meanwhile, we don't have the minerals. Like, Rodri isn't there to protect us in transition. We didn't have KDB majority of the season to create of these long phases of possession in the final third. And like you guys said, Foden is a very direct player, but then again, when he's direct, either it absolutely clicks or it doesn't work. And then for me, Foden is also a player where he's like, it's all about confidence for him. Once his confidence is down, he's scared, he hides, he doesn't play up to his level. So his mental aspect in the game needs to improve. If he gets that right, and he has like a patch where he gets a couple
pat him on the back. Sorry, Foden.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If that's the case,
I'm so
we can't
sorry,
call him world
Foden.
class.
I'm sorry.
Mom, would you agree with? If that's the case, can we call him world class?
Yeah, 100%.
Look, I'll be so real.
When the chips are down and he
I
feels and he's out
I don't care if you guys say this, because there's world-class strikers.
No,
Look,
we can't be doing this.
So first of all, Fernando Torres, we all remember that rough drought he had where he didn't score. These are world-class strikers in the past. If Phil Foden is now having a rough patch, that is fine. It happens to players in careers. We can't say a 24-year-old isn't allowed to have 10 games off in his entire career. If he now goes on to score another 20 goals, I have seen seasons where Mo Salah did not score for a couple of games and then he banked the other second half of the season. So if Foden was to pick up now, I don't want to really hear anyone saying, oh, okay, so it was just a couple of games.
No, actually, I disagree with you. He has to pick up now. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
that is the
you
standard
guys
for him.
need him, bro.
I'm not praising him. I'm not praising him when he picks up. I'm criticizing him when he's not playing well.
Yeah, Mo, as the opposition, I hear it. When he scores hat tricks last season against Villa, when we needed him, braces against United when we needed him, all you guys probably sat quiet. But now, because he's not performing, you're coming out, oh, Foden, he's not performing. He's
That's
letting our team
warranted.
down.
That's
But
warranted.
okay,
The same thing goes
Of course, we
for
praise him when
Bernardo
he
Silva.
performs.
The same thing
100%.
goes for Gundogan. All these players aren't performing currently. So that's not only on Phil Foden, even though he is the best player in the team or was the best player in the team last season. I feel like once our squad is fully fit and we get rhythm, the team should be fine. Because looking at the first 2 games of the season, I thought they were completely dominant. I feel like Chelsea didn't really do much against us. West Ham didn't either do much against us.
But it's not going to be fully fit for the rest of the season because you lost Rodri.
Yeah, bar Rodri. Because even those games, Rodri wasn't there. Rodri wasn't there. He had a longer holiday.
Now, Rodri had the team. Like,
let me respond a little bit.
You've got a soft belly. Like, it's just a fact. Like,
Okay.
I've still not heard any other arguments to come back.
No, I'll try my best to give you an argument. I'll try my best. K-Mac, I'll try my best. When you miss out on a Ballon d'Or winner, it's going to affect you, right? You guys, as Liverpool fans, know what it means to be playing without Van Dijk for games. Exactly. You guys know what it means to playing without Mo Salah. So and that's for a spell, except for when Van Dijk was out. But usually it's for a spell. This is understanding and getting a system without him for the remainder of the season. All right. So for it to be 10 games in, you asked whether I'm worried. I'm not worried because I trust my manager to find a solution. These correlations are bringing it back to 1920 or when you guys won the league. No, I'm not going there because you know what? There was a time where everybody said Pep doesn't like having a striker because they kept wanting to reference his time at Barcelona. But guess what? He's made it work and he's taken on Holland and look at what we've done. He's evolved as a manager. He's going to continue to do that. But I think it's just going to require a little more time because of how intricate and synchronized we've been with Rodri. And the fact that we also have the out of form of a Bernardo Silva and a KDB who's been injured. These are huge players for our club.
Okay.
Three of those
I hear you.
Form, you see what happens at your club.
I hear you, but we lost Mo Salah, we lost Trent, we lost Konate, we lost Jota all last season, and we were still top of the league.
But we're not discussing us being top of the league. What I'm trying to say is Pep all that because he's never suffered adversity, and now he has. Look what's happening. No. How are we talking about Pep not suffering with adversity?
How many injuries have you had before?
Last season, KDB was out for 5 months. Holland was out for 2 consecutively.
You haven't lost Rodri. You haven't lost Rodri.
So that's not shifting the goalposts because one scenario now, 10 games.
You're going to focus on the Rodri being exit. But you know what's clever about what you're positioning? Your positioning here with Rodri is because Rodri's been a rock. Ever since he took the role from Fernandinho, he's been a rock. So it's going to take a manager like that, any manager, to find a new system for a player that's been centrally so important. But to say he hasn't dealt with adversity, I'm going to say it again. For those of you that didn't hear it at the back of the room.
The only time he dealt with adversity, he gave up the league to Liverpool. That's the only time he had a lot of injury.
Thank you, Mo.
Okay, so you're going to poo-poo on the leading, on the record goal scoring record holder, Holland being out for 2 months. You're going to be so what? And you're going to the assist record holder, co-assist with Henry in terms of KDB was out for 5 months. So the last season was no adversity, and last season.
And he literally last season he literally had a slump during that time.
I think we're
didn't you have a slump when he was out? You
we're
underplaying without a win or something.
Slump to our standards. We didn't have a slump with regards to the league.
Of course, it's a slump for you. It's not a slump for Wolves. Like if everyone is up to their standards, of course, I'm not gonna if Man City, bro. If Wolves lose a game here and there, it's not a slump for them. For you, losing 4 games is a slump.
We need to take another step back because, again, I understand how important Rodri is, right? But I think that we're all sort of overlooking how difficult it is for any team in world football to replace that position. Liverpool being a prime example. The year after we chased the quadruple, Fabinho wasn't hurt, but he might as well. But like he wasn't. He also wasn't on the pitch.
His legs
like,
were
he was,
gone.
He was on the pitch, but he was a useless body. And with the useless body of Fabinho, we struggled week in, week out. We finished in fifth.
Complain about Thiago for like.
But hold on, Vader. Allow me to finish my point. Fabinho was there, but he wasn't. Rodri is not there at all right now. Look at how much we struggled with our rock solid CDM being incapable of playing football. Manchester City can't even field him out there for aura. He's gone. He cannot touch the pitch. It's not such a simple solution to just say, "Oh, well, we'll figure it out." Right? Like, Rodri's gone. Just figure it out. You're Pep Guardiola. Figure it out. Do whatever.
Well, yeah, he should. Well, yeah, he should. That's why he's paid the big bucks.
Okay. But then we need to also flip the coin and basically say, Klopp, you're the reason why we literally completely capitulated. You are a bum. You were not able to figure this out. Fabinho was there. Why were you playing him? He was incapable, incompetent in the most important position. Yet you played him week in, week out, and we finished in fifth. If you're going to hold those standards to Pep Guardiola,
Fabinho, mate, it was also Henderson. We had two dead midfielders,
and that is the same for us. Stones is never
moving the goalposts. I'm talking about one player.
We can go back.
I'm talking about one player. I'm just talking because everyone wants to hold on this Rodri argument. So we're only looking at one player. Everyone says Rodri FC. Rodri FC. Oh, Rodri's gone. Blah blah blah. So I'm looking at the Liverpool's one player. Like it's too.
Why is going on? Why are you defending City that much? But fine.
Because you put him on the bottom.
No, because we're boiling it down. Like ultimately, if City weren't
get better now, could get better now.
City, okay, I'm just trying to say that. Okay, I'm also like I'm not a huge banter guy. I just like to look at football objectively. And if City had finished their dinner,
I promise you, this stream I haven't bantered once. I promise you, the banter is for Al-Ahwa tomorrow on Husam's channel with Hamza. But I don't like. We can do the banter thing. But I'm not doing the banter thing, Mike.
But Mo, the problem is that we like to look at these pigeonholes and then we ignore the rest, right? If they had just finished their dinner like they have consistently over the last 4 years, which they aren't doing now, none of us would say any of these things. And we also can't sit there and say, you had plenty of opportunities to equalize that game, if not take the lead against Bournemouth. You had plenty of opportunities to go up 3-0 in the first half.
It was Liverpool, mate. If Nunes had scored goals, we'd have bloody won more games.
100%.
Let him finish the point because I have a very important question.
I just don't like
very important question.
I don't like pigeonholing into
very important.
No, but do you know why I can't hear that? Because I've seen this manager put Philip Lahm in midfield when people didn't think he was capable of doing it. I've seen this manager do different things where people said they play Gundogan as a false nine, for crying out loud. A guy that's a box-to-box midfielder as a false nine. Never played as a 10 in his life. Never in his career has he played as a 10. And he put him as a false nine. I've seen this manager, and I'm gonna big up your manager. One of the greatest managers of all time. Yeah, one of the greatest ever we've ever seen in the history of football. I've seen him do crazy stuff and get over the line. I am not gonna do this whole Rodri is out, everything crumbles. I've seen him do crazy stuff and still win, and I expect the same thing this season.
Yeah, let me before we go on, guys.
Don't do that. No, Mo. He's not.
Check the private chat. Check the private chat. Before we go on, guys, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor today. It's the show. This show is brought to you by Proton VPN. This is one of the best VPNs. I got it. It's on my laptop. This was Proton VPN. Number one, you can watch football from anywhere in the world. You can just go to your geolocation or change your geolocation to America, Canada, Mexico, the Middle East, and just sign up for beIN Sports or Peacock. It's much, much cheaper, of course, than your subscription in the UK. So just go, click the link or scan the QR code in front of you. The link is pinned. It's in the description. It's pinned in the live chat. So click that link and you'll get a 65% discount on the subscription. You can actually try it as well for free. And also, it's not only that, as you can only watch football, it keeps all your bank accounts, your credit cards. I know a lot of people keep their bank accounts or credit cards information on your phone. You keep your bank account on your laptop. And I have it both on my phone and on my laptop. And to keep my information protected, keep my credit cards, my bank accounts, and everything in case someone plants a virus to send me an email. So go try to subscribe, give them a shot, click the link. It's pinned, as I said, it's a 65% discount through the specific link that is provided to you right here on the live chat or in the description. So go and click it. And shout out to our sponsor, Proton VPN. We're absolutely sponsoring this show. Big shout to them. Appreciate them so much. Go ahead, guys. And let's just get back to the show. Sorry, I gotta get shout out to.
No, it's a great shout out. I'm gonna check it out 100% actually. This is the slight problem that I have. Okay, and I'm gonna address. Earlier in the show, Ram wanted to point at me. Let me deal with Ram real quick. All right, we're talking either about how we currently look or what it's gonna look like at the end of the season. All right, if Pep does not figure this out, it does not get us back to top of the league or in contention, then yes, crash it on us and say Pep was not the guy or has not been the guy. But we're dealing with right now. We're dealing with right now, and it's 4 games lost on a bounce. I believe 2 in the league. So he's got to figure this out. But we're dealing with the 4 games. I'm not saying that he's got an excuse not to win this league. I'm saying he's currently has an issue, and I'm giving him a bly not being able to figure it out so far. That's all. But this whole reflection on I've seen him do so and so. Well, we've also seen him play with no quote unquote 6, right? He's played with Gundogan playing in the 6 in the Champions League because he tinkers, he figures things out. He experiments, and he had a box 3 2 seasons ago when we went on and do the trouble. He's played Foden, he's played Zinchenko, he's played everybody at false 9. He will figure something out for us. He just hasn't as of yet. You guys, 1 second, Mo. Liverpool fans, and I'm going to go back. I'll see what the match reaction was on other channels. Those of you thinking that the league's yours, cool. You're 5 points up. Enjoy it. I see K-Mac asking me, am I worried about the upcoming games? I'll worry when the result happens. If I believe it's a must-win versus Spurs. Coming out of international break, 2 weeks of spewing on all this, the City fans will be, we need to see a performance and we need to see a result. If we don't win after Spurs, let's have the worried, concerned conversation because we go into some very tough
Exactly.
Okay, let me ask a question for everybody. And I'm going to do super chats after this for everybody to think about this question. I want everyone's answer. If Manchester City go in January and just buy a Zubimendi or buy a DM, isn't that the definition of buying themselves out of it? Someone put that comment. To be honest, this is not my question.
And that
Hold on. That is not my question. Someone put that comment on one of my videos, and I kept thinking about it. I'm like, you have Rodri out for the rest of the season. You bought Matthias Nunes for a lot of money last season. You bought Calvin Phillips before that. You brought Gundogan back. You have this player. You got this player and that player. If Rodri is out and you don't find solutions within and you just go buy one of the brilliant midfielders around in the world, isn't that the definition of your just buying your ticket out of it?
What are we?
Someone convinced me I'm wrong.
Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But hasn't City already tried 4 midfielders trying to replace Rodri or have a backup for Rodri over the past 3
question, Mo?
Phillips, Nunes, Gundogan. Who else?
No. You're not going to do that.
Hold on. Counter.
No. By the way, I'm not saying City should not buy or anything. They can,
which is fine.
Everyone, if you have a major injury, you definitely go and buy if you have done center back.
Do we live in a communistic society? Like, if you go out and buy a player to replace someone who's injured, yes. But I would just turn the coin and basically say, if Liverpool go out and they buy Zubimendi and Marmoush and win the league, didn't we just buy a title? Like that train of logic doesn't make any sense. Like, if you have money,
very good point. I'm just asking the question. I'm like, someone put that comment. I'm kind of thinking
Mike's
about
outdoing you guys with his responses, by the way.
Mo, I will say, I could just say it's called flexing your muscles.
But the question is, you haven't managed yourself out of the situation. You've just
But
gone
then
and bought a
again,
player.
I have a question for you, K-Mac, because
what's the
you
point
keep
of it?
saying about, is Pep failing? Is Pep all that? You're trying to discredit everything that Pep has done with all these players and different systems. He's played so many different systems, winning the league. And now because a Ballon d'Or winner, like Veta said, has gone out and you don't have a single player that not only can't play up to his level, but also doesn't have his profile, we're failing.
So that's your manager's fault then.
No,
The
it's
better
not.
question is
because
there
it
even
is.
is there even a Rodri replacement? That would be the better question.
there is no
City-
Rodri replacement, but
Exactly.
at least
Can
the
the-
profile. But we don't even have the profile of a player. We can't play Rico Lewis there because he doesn't have the physicality. We can't play Kovacic there because he doesn't have, let's say, he's a great ball carrier, but the passing range.
He ain't
or
got the
let-
IQ.
let-
Change
I
your
need to do
formation
super
then.
chats
Even
after
that,
this
he doesn't
point,
have
guys,
it.
and then we can go on.
and on top of
And-
that,
It's
John
the definition
Stones
of madness, though.
because
You-
they are related to what we're
definition
talking
of
about.
Insanity. You're just playing the same situation with the same formation, expecting a different result.
No,
when
we're
it's
not.
not working without Rodri.
Guys, can I do the super chats and then we can go back to the discussion
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I need to
yeah.
respect. Mr. K saying City crying and Arsenal in denial. Best time ever, top of the league. Predictions for tomorrow: Arsenal versus Chelsea, equal a draw. Big up the panel, Mr. K. My prediction is Chelsea win. Just to be honest, it depends on if Palmer plays or not. But listen, Liverpool are flying now, guys. Are flying. You're truly Highness Zoro. Let's wait for the players to get back. Now it's an C team. It is kind of like the back line today was absolutely horrific.
Simpson Pusey.
He wasn't even bad. He wasn't even bad.
It was great, to be
fair,
honest.
he
It was
very
great, but it was wrong. It was managed wrong
Kyle Walker
again.
next to him.
He's very
is-
good for a Prem debut.
Guardiola
was so good.
Guardiola was entirely at fault for that first goal.
To be honest with you, the only
Horrible
image I can't get out.
defending.
The only
Horrible
image I can get
defending.
out of my head is when Rico Lewis was swimming on the ground on the first goal, bro. And I'm like, what is going on? If you go watch it again, he was trying
No
to kick it with
responsibility. No one took
everything.
responsibility, especially
Yeah,
Guardiola.
it's crazy.
First goal.
The comments Pep made after the game are weird, in my opinion. What comments? Can
He
someone?
said that
say? What
maybe,
he say?
yeah, he said that maybe it's time for another team to win the league, that they deserve it maybe more after 7 seasons of us dominating. So
That
even
was weird.
that
I mean,
comment to me feels
winning
like,
is
you see,
tiring.
That was weird. That is a
Even
weird comment.
when I
to be
saw
honest.
that, I was like, oh,
Maybe.
is it like giving up?
He's playing
or-
mind games as well. He's putting pressure on
Mind
Liverpool, to be
games.
honest. He's
Yeah.
putting pressure on Liverpool. A very good day for me as a Man United fan. Have a blessed day, my guy Mo. How is it a good day for you? Your biggest rival in the Premier League are about to win the league, Liverpool. How is it a good day for you? How?
See what
It's
you
But
did.
November
then again,
9th.
Liverpool
It's
fans,
November 9th.
Liverpool fans.
November,
I have
bro.
a quick
Come on, man.
question.
We're not.
Quick
we're-
question to that.
No. Before we go on, guys, I need to finish this. Dave, appreciate you, Dave. What did I just hear Vator say? Did he just give an excuse for Foden losing out on Ballon d'Or? Why doesn't City fans feel the need for pity? Why does Vator? Can you answer that?
Dave, I don't believe I made any excuses Foden losing out on Ballon d'Or. I don't think I ever said that. I don't think Foden actually deserved to be in the Ballon d'Or top 3 shout. And again,
The fact that Rodri won it is an insult, but fine.
the fact that Rodri won it is because he deserved it. All right, stop that. Mo.
How you cannot be
agree.
the best player in
Who-
your
who are you
team?
giving
and
it to then, Mo?
He
How
deserved
you-
it
okay,
to some
hold on.
extent.
No.
That
Let me
means
answer.
I'm not going to
Rodri-
hear this.
hold on.
I'm not going to
Who's
hear
getting
this.
it?
Vinicius
Rodri
24
to the
GA.
No. Vinicius is
24
shit.
goals.
Vinicius is shit.
Who's getting
No,
it?
that's not my argument. Rodri deserves it. Rodri deserves 100%. But how is Rodri
Waffling.
winning Ballon d'Or, but Foden is the best player at City? Just make it make sense.
Oh,
Make
yes.
it make
yes.
sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Let's make
I
it
can
make
explain.
No, it doesn't
sense.
I
make
can
sense.
explain.
Make
I
it
can
make
explain.
sense
I will
in
make-
my head.
okay,
You
NJ,
know
you
what I
wanna make it make
mean?
sense?
I can explain.
Yeah,
Mm.
you'll
You
make
know
it make
how-
sense, and then I'll carry
Because
on.
Rodri wasn't even the best player for Spain.
That's a whole nother conversation. But then again,
But that's
No,
how
it's
it's
Rodri
supposed to be.
not-
He won
They
it.
won the
Rodri
Euros
not-
without
Rodri-
him, bro.
Rodri not.
Bro, literally, Fabian Ruiz was the better midfielder
Portugal
for
won the
Spain.
Euros without Ronaldo then.
Yeah. Fine. That's fine. We can have this argument. The best player at City last season, was it Foden or Rodri? Can you answer the question?
Yeah, I'm there to answer you the question. Rodri was the most integral, most important player. Without him,
That's not answering the
you
question.
can see
Yeah,
how we're suffering
you're
now.
learning
Without
YouTube
him,
so
we
quickly,
saw
but
last
fine.
season. Now we saw last season.
You
we
just
saw
learn-
all-
you just did a Hamza right there. You just
You
did a
can't
Hamza
learn-
right there.
My man is
All
learning
the struggles.
YouTube, bro.
But
My
then
man
again,
You
is
missed 3 games
learning.
last season
Wait,
and you
let-
lost all of them.
Exactly. That shows
My
how
guy
he
is
was
learning.
definitely
I
the
love
most important player. He performed at the highest level, in my opinion, as well. But then again, attackers get the most credit. Foden had the hat tricks, the goals, the celebrations, all the media. But Rodri was the one managing everything for us in attack,
I think
in playing out the back, in creating chances, in scoring goals at times, scoring goal winners, assisting game winners. So Rodri was, for me, the best player, most important player. The evidence is there now. So Foden
Okay. Let me do this.
I guess Foden was just
big up Martin. Martin, thank you
best
so much.
scorer.
I hope we'll do the show, Martin, on Wednesday, me and you. Just to clarify, it isn't Rodri. We won first. How many without Rodri? The one without Rodri, by the way, guys, in the first 3 games of the season. It's not Rodri, no KDB, no Jack Grealish, no Stones, no Ake, no Diaz. Gundog was great today and shouldn't have been taken off. Thank you, Martin, for the super chat. That is the definition of context, right? It's not as easy as it is. They have more injuries than just Rodri being out.
Yeah.
That's being objective now. It's back line today was there's so much pressure on the kid. And Kyle Walker is bad. So Martin, you're right here. That's just a very fair argument, to be honest.
I'll ask you this, Mo, right?
Go ahead.
And obviously, I think Simpson Pusey was really good today. I think he had a very good game. Wouldn't you put more emphasis on players like Kyle Walker, like Vardio, players like that, where they had absolute stinkers, and ultimately in the end it cost the City 3 points?
Yeah, but do you want my answer? Actually, City's players today don't hold any responsibility apart from the attack, not the defense. You know why? Because I thought tactically in the second half they were wide open. By the way, many times that diagonal ball was played to Mitoma or Stupunian, and Kyle Walker had no idea where to stand. That's a tactical instruction. That is not on the player, by the way. That is on the manager. When the player turns around and doesn't know if it's a winger's job to hold the line or his job, that's a manager's issue. That's not his issue. He's only doing what the manager is telling him. Kyle Walker, go mark Mitoma. Kyle Walker, go to the line. No, he's stuck inside because the manager is telling him to be compact. You know, the back line, stay compact. When anybody played football, anybody played even in the stay compact. And it happened 3-4 times, and Pep Guardiola's watching it happen in front of his eyes. That Stupinian, by the way, that Stupinian overlapped the chance that he missed, right? Whose fault is that? It's not Kyle Walker. You know what? It's a tactical problem. Why? They had 2-on-1. Why did they have a 2-on-1? Where is Guardiola from this? And it happened 2 times in a row. Where Stupinian and Mitoma had 2-on-1 on Kyle Walker. That's a tactical problem. The positioning, when it happens once, it's on the player. But when I see the same pattern happen 3-4 times, it's the manager's issue. It's literally because he's watching the game like us. I see it happen in front of me. What are the instructions?
Could you also say it's also a player issue to an extent? Because usually when you have a 2-on-1, especially with a fullback, you either ask a centre-back to come across and the midfielder covers the space, or the midfielder comes across to provide that extra man to cover that dummy role.
Maybe that's something he needs to. Maybe that's something that he needs. Kyle Walker, I will give you that, Ram, because Kyle Walker is very experienced and he should be another manager on the pitch with the amount of experience you have. Like Henderson was, like Van Dijk is, like Rodri was on, like Gundogan. Gundogan was another manager on the pitch for Manchester City in the triple season. Yeah, maybe I'll give you this. But I saw the same pattern happen over. Go ahead, Vader. I'm just going to finish this. Today's pattern from Brighton was so repetitive to the point that I thought that Pep Guardiola would close the holes after some time, but he didn't. It kept happening.
Yeah, but sometimes it keeps happening because of obviously what we do when we're in possession and lose possession. That's one thing that I have to give credit to how teams are playing against us. They know exactly the positions they want to get in when they win the ball. So you're pointing out that Walker seemed to be in no man's land, but at the same time, Walker's playing the role centrally as well as wide because Rico's inverted in possession. So there's no.
So whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
No, but it's not a fault because
it's a tactical setup, Vader. It's a tactical setup.
It's Pep's fault because the tactical setup.
The tactical setup is telling the players to do that.
Yes. Jeopardy. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
If you're trying to say, like, I'm not
when you have possession,
there's always your manager and your team, but you're never you're not blaming anyone. Like, nobody's accountable. It's like, oh well, the strikers should have scored. Oh, when we've got injury problems, you're supposed to got the world's best manager. Like, you've still got a very, very good squad, and you're not beating teams. Like, you're not challenging right now. Like are you not pissed off?
No, see, okay, I know what it is. NJ, I know what it is, right? Arsenal fans, United fans, Spurs fans, Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, they're accustomed to crying, losing their minds, cussing out the manager, cussing out players, And because we don't do that generally, because we're a pretty level and we're like, we need to see certain things fixed up.
No,
These guys don't get it.
this.
They're like, why aren't you worried? Why aren't you calling out your
gave you
manager?
a specific example. We gave a specific example
And
in
we
your
keep
defensive
telling you that we
transition
need
where
to
you left your centre back on a 2v1. That's either a player issue or a managerial issue.
And
Mo thinks it's a managerial issue, where I think,
in my opinion, it's a player issue.
Player can do.
In my opinion, it's a player.
You guys literally explained it. If Rico was inverting, it's a tactical issue. It's a tactical setup.
Nah,
Kyle Walker
even
has
then
to tuck
again,
in.
You can't be
Kyle
in an
Walker.
attacking transition when you're defending.
They weren't in an attacking transition. They weren't. It was pass. The ball went to Veltman. Veltman crossed it to Matoma wide open. Kyle Walker stuck inside. In second half.
Okay.
4 times in a row. 4 times in a row. Diagonal pass, no transition, nothing. City are just standing. Kyle Walker doesn't know who to mark.
All right. So I'm okay. I'm okay on this panel. If you guys want to say the players were only following the manager's instructions. If you guys want to label it that way, the mistakes you saw today was because Pep poorly managed the players and the players were only doing what the manager wants. Cool. I'm here to try to give you a balance because in instances we don't see it all the time. I've seen players follow a manager's instructions, have tired legs, and not be in the right position. Am I going to blame the manager for maybe not catching and subbing him off? Many of you would say yes. The manager should have seen that he was tired. Sub him off. I'm going to say I see player mistakes and I see managerial mistakes. Also, NJ and myself and other City fans, we don't blow up like you guys. We don't go on rants. We don't do that. We see that after a four losses on the bounce, that it's like, hey, here's what needs to be fixed up. We're not bailing on the season. We're not calling these players and saying they're crap. We're saying they need to fix up, and we will be there. But hey,
no one said that. No one said that you should be
NMAC
put out
wants me to
or
be
no.
more. I'm not worried enough.
You're
for
trying
NMAC,
to like,
for
are
K-Mac.
you in a
I'm not worried
crisis?
enough.
How are you feeling?
But you are in a
worried?
crisis. You lost
We're
4 games
not.
on the bounce for the
No,
first
we're
time in
not.
this manager's history.
And you're not critical. You're not critical of anything.
Because
Who's
then
not
again,
critical?
last season, where were we
Are you
around
happy?
this
Are you
period?
happy?
We were behind you
Are you
guys.
happy to be
We were
5
third for
you
majority
happy?
of the season last season. Even the season before, we were even 8 points behind Arsenal, and we were not worried because once it's enough for us. Once we come in January and win all our games in the second half of the season to win the league. So even if now we are facing adversity, I don't see us to be worried because we're seeing that the issue is clearly evident, being Rodri out, being multiple players out, and just the players not performing at their best level. But that will not be throughout the entire season. I know that for a fact.
How do you know that for a
I back my
fact?
manager because I back my team and my manager. I know that. I've seen
Okay,
it.
let me ask you straight. Okay, hold on,
season
man.
and this
Okay,
season.
NJ, let me ask you a straight question.
Yeah.
If you don't buy anyone in January to replace Rodri, do you think he will fix it around? Will turn it around?
If we don't, I think our squad is capable of handling the league without Rodri and
without buying
Rodri.
anybody.
Yes, without a Rod because
Wallahi, that's very brave from you.
no, because I look at the first 3 games of the season, he wasn't there as well. I feel like what Mike said with
Fair enough.
Rodri not being available because he's genuinely not available and him just being out for holiday is 2 different aspects.
When would you guys panic? No, never.
So
When will we panic?
Okay, so okay, let me give you the run of
They've
games.
won 4
you
in a
have.
row. I don't think that they deserve to be panicked. You've won 4 in a row. You don't
yeah,
panic.
You
No,
don't
but
think
Mike,
that there is a?
Mike,
Do you know? You
Mike,
don't think?
They're never behind Liverpool. They're never
Panic.
behind Liverpool.
Yeah, but whatever.
Is that the word you want to
You've
use?
won
Panic.
4 in
No,
a row,
you've
and
just
you
sat-
have a
you've just
treble.
sat there and said
Like-
we're not worried. We
Okay,
were behind
okay.
Arsenal
I
by 8
get
points.
I get Mike's point, Mac. They shouldn't be panicking because they won 4 in a row. But don't
and
you
a
think?
treble.
Okay, but don't you think because of our? So you mean they're satisfied? They're content? Halas,
No,
it's done.
no.
Nah.
It's
I want
done.
Don't confuse my words. Don't confuse my words. But I'm saying,
I'm just trying to
obviously-
understand.
obviously, everyone as a football fan wants to win the league every year. And if I were, the lord of football, Liverpool would win everything every year, and it would be unfair. And you should never watch the sport again. But that's just not the way the world works.
All
And when
right.
you win the Premier League 4 years in a row, when you get a treble, when you get the Ballon d'Or, right? It's like at a certain point, that's going to end. You are not going to continue to win. But at the same time, does that mean that you should throw your toys out the pram and say,
No,
"Oh,
you
this
shouldn't.
sport
But
is
let me ask
stupid"?
you something.
No, hold on, Mo. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, but
I ask Ram a
can I
question?
clarify? He's talking to me. I'm gonna let you talk. He's talking to me. Okay, Vader, hear me out. But isn't it gonna be a failure this season with Arne Slot being a new manager on the
If
on the
you
block?
choose to look
And
at it
also-
that way, if
Okay,
you
let me
choose
let me
to look at it
let me
that way,
present let me present the fact. I'm just saying facts here, guys. I'm not getting it. This is not a subjective, but this is just an objective thing. Arne Slot is a new manager. Our Arsenal aren't doing well. Don't you think it's an opportunity missed if Man City don't win the league? Vader.
Is it it's an opportunity missed to lose the league every year because your pursuit is to win the league. But the fact that he's a first-year manager and for him to win it, we've seen it before in the Prem.
Yeah.
We've seen first-year managers win the Prem before.
Is this fraud,
So-
bro?
Yeah, this guy's a joker.
It's
But
a fraud, bro. It's a fraud.
But to see, but here, let me put a little bit of context. For the most decorated English club with Salah, Van Dijk, Trent, and Allison, you get a manager and win it the first year. Is that mind blowing? Should it not be? I'm not saying that it should be expected, but it shouldn't be surprising. You guys are Liverpool.
It should be. Hang on a minute.
Other managers have
Don't do that.
in their first
No.
year.
Mo, this is what I'll
Ram,
come back.
Ram,
Yeah.
let me-
No,
I'm
let me-
just
I'm
presenting
I'm
the
not gonna let
question.
you
I'm
downplay
just
Ram.
stating
I'm
the
not gonna let
question.
you downplay Ram.
Ram,
He's
you
speaking.
step on it.
What he's
You
saying
don't
is
want me
true.
to finish because you know where I'm going.
No,
He does not want me
no,
to finish this
no.
point. Because
Let him
it's gonna
finish
be
the
better.
point, Ram, so you can respond. Let him finish the point.
We've seen other clubs not as great as Liverpool win the league with a first-year manager. So I'm not going to raise an eyebrow and be like, whoa, this is an impossible task. We've seen it at lesser clubs, right? So for Liverpool to do it, credit to them. There's no way that City are going to win it year after year after year after year. If we happen to fall short to a Liverpool, I'm going to hold my hands up and see. And thank City for winning 4 in a row and know that I can't win 5.
Yeah.
4 was impossible beforehand. We made it possible. 5's always been an impossible thing. And if I fall short, there is no panic. When was the last time Ram panicked? When was your last panic?
They panic
season,
all
Ram?
the time, bro. Liverpool
Was it
panic all
last
the
year?
time.
Was it
Ram
the year
panic
before
all
that?
the time. You
Last
don't
year,
understand
every
Ram.
game,
every
every
time-
game you guys
Wait,
panic.
Have you met
Vaya,
Ram?
watching
Have you met Ram,
Wait,
bro? Have you
Vaya,
met Ram?
watching Liverpool, you're gonna be panicked. I've
Exactly.
already signed the contract. When I start supporting Liverpool,
Mo
I know
and
I'm gonna
Ram-
be panicking
Mo and
every
Ram-
game.
More on
Okay.
Ram. Even
By
there,
the
I
way,
have a
I'm not a
question for you
Liverpool
guys.
fan, by the way. I don't know. Like, I'm not a Liverpool fan.
I have a question for you guys because I feel
Can
like
I do this before you ask? Can I do these 2 super
yeah.
chats quickly?
Yeah.
Omar saying Bournemouth, Sporting, Spurs, Brighton need Ballon d'Or DM. Yeah, we spoke about that, Omar. They definitely need Rodri. Are you not entertained? You never walk alone. My Mo, thank you, Mookie, for supporting the channel, guys. We still have about 1,000 people or 900 plus people here. We can get this stream to 500 likes, people. So hit that like button, people. Omar is saying, new stat, expected Vader hands overhead per stream. That's a good one, Omar. Thank you, Omar. Yes. Go ahead, NJ. Ask a question. Go
So
ahead,
yeah,
not me. I'm
my
the host.
question,
Nobody asked me
especially to
questions.
Ram, because you basically didn't like what Veta said, but I feel like Arne Slot coming in just because he's in his first season not necessarily means that he's an underdog, because he has inherited a great Liverpool team, and the muscle memory which Klopp embedded in that team is showing now, because he's only adding more control to you guys' game. So last season it was like, let's say, completely chaos, and now it's controlled chaos, I'd say. So your counterattacks are absolutely on point. You can play possession, maybe not to the level like Arsenal or we can, but you still get your job done, win your games convincingly. And on top of that, you have the best defense in the league. Konate's been available. Van Dijk, we all know Van Dijk. Trent and Robbo. So you now claiming, if
Don't
City
say Robbo.
fail,
Don't you dare say
I've got
Robbo.
a huge rebuttal. on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Mike
Huge
and
rebuttal on that.
K Mike hate
if
Robert.
you now claim that City is failing to win the league, it's a bit harsh, because then again, there's context to it. If we're looking at a team with old players, not old in terms of as an excuse, but players who have won the Premier League 4 in a row, at some point, come on, guys, we all know you be like you get content. You'll be like, this guy's injured. Maybe we just it's a loss. Fine, maybe it'll work. If not, it doesn't. Like Pep's
Ram's not gonna
saying
like
in a
this 'cause
press
he needs to
conference,
paint this Disney-
maybe another
Disney
team
world.
deserves.
I
the Premier
like
League
this
more.
guy, by the way. He's nice, good.
Maybe a Premier Pep saying that he thinks another team deserves the Premier League more is already evidence, or him saying, right now I don't want to win the Premier League. I don't feel like winning the Premier League at the beginning. Those are all just signs, like maybe inside the club, on top of the Rodri
Words.
injury,
That's all they
that
are.
it's not necessarily our Premier League to lose, but now is the chance for Liverpool, and it's rather a Premier League to lose for Arsenal, because they were on literally on a pedestal the last 2 seasons, and now you guys have come with a new manager and you're looking better than them. So that's how I see it.
So Pep saying that.
On
Pep
that
saying
point,
that. Does that
Yeah,
sound like
Ram,
you're
let's hear this.
relegated?
Let's hear it, Ram.
I will say, NJ, on your point, I'm going to be completely, and there's going to be my thoughts on this whole season, whether we win it or not, don't care. If we don't win it, I will say this straight off the bat, opportunity missed. And it will probably be, I will say it will be probably the best chance we have to win a league title because of the circumstances that's happened. City don't look the same as they are right now. Arsenal, I genuinely think, especially tomorrow will confirm my thoughts. If they don't win, I think they've gassed out. Personally, I think after what I've seen 2 seasons in a row of really going at it, trying to win a league title, especially with the same group of players, not really strengthening and letting go of some of their key players, I think they've personally gassed out. With the situation that we have with those 2 incidences, if we don't win the league, it will be a big, big opportunity missed, in my opinion. I still won't put as much pressure on the manager because one thing's for sure, even though he has inherited a very, very good squad, he did say it clearly he did want players at the start of the window. He said, I do expect signings to come in. We did try to go for someone, didn't happen in the end. We ended up getting Chiesa, who still hasn't played a single minute of no, he has played. He has played 15 minutes of Premier League football. So there's that. The only way I will put more pressure on my club is if we go into January and we sign a Zubimendi. I'm not sure about Mike Duss's thoughts on Marmoush. I don't trust Frankfurt players. That's who I've been for the last.
Then get me Gyökeres. I don't care. Give me
6 years.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have.
We've
Can I
seen it
reverse the question? Can I reverse the good segue to Liverpool? Can I reverse the question? What if Liverpool are leading City in January by like 5-8 points, and City don't buy a replacement for Rodri?
I don't care what.
Why
City
do we
does.
only talk about if Liverpool buy or don't buy? What if City don't buy a replacement for Rodri and Liverpool are ahead? Isn't that put pressure on Liverpool?
Opportunity.
Isn't that a pressure for Liverpool?
100%. But like as a Liverpool
Yes,
fan,
okay, because we need to buy. Liverpool need to buy. City don't have a midfield. By the way, City are playing now exactly on what is it called? Level playing field. City don't have a DM. Liverpool don't have a DM.
Well, hold on.
Yeah, they do. They got Endo.
Why is there any pressure on
Exactly.
Liverpool?
And Endo's class, but
What do you mean? What is no pressure? If you're ahead, there's always pressure. If you're ahead in the league, it's
Pressure
always.
on Liverpool. We've literally got a brand new manager. There's
Oh
no
my
pressure on
God.
Liverpool.
Okay, no,
You
I'm
guys
not
are
gonna go-
bad.
I'm not going to go that far.
Hold on. Let me
got
ask
Mo
Mac.
Salah
Hold on, Daz.
breaking
Okay, let me
records.
ask Mac a question. Did you think Arsenal bottled the league when they had 7 points ahead of Manchester City?
in March and in April. Sorry, April is a difference.
Actually, the 7 points were actually in February. Just to let you know, City had a game in hand, and it was 4 points. Okay,
what was it in March?
can I ask Mac the question because he's the one who said that? Did you think Arsenal bottled it? By the way, season before Arsenal were 5th, so nobody expected them to be there, same as Liverpool. Do you think Arsenal bottled it that season?
Yeah, I also think we bottled it as well, Mo, because we were winning. We were top of the league as well.
Okay, so
We
that's
had a
pressure
meltdown.
then.
Like
There's pressure. Okay,
we
good.
bottled it as well.
So we
Arsenal
agree.
bottled it twice.
So we agree then.
Yeah,
If Liverpool are ahead and Man City don't buy a replacement for Rodri, pressure is on Liverpool because you're ahead and City don't have a DM.
Not
Equal.
right now.
It shouldn't even be about what City do, But yes, the answer to your question is yes. But the
Thank you
pressure
so
isn't.
much.
But
See, Vader, I'm on your side
it's
now.
not pressure on Arne Slot in that situation. It's not
No,
pressure
no
on
pressure
Arne
on
Slot.
him, of course. He's a new manager.
It's pressure.
Of course.
It's pressure on FSG. But regardless of what Manchester City
No,
do,
it's pressure
I
on the
don't
Van
give a
Dijks
shit.
and the Salahs and the Allisons.
which is-
These guys,
which is
have
fine.
to hold responsibility as well. They're like Foden and KDB.
But Mo, in my
These guys
eyes,
are so experienced.
the better question would be if we're ahead by anything come January and we've made 40 million pounds in the summer and we don't spend, that is disgraceful, inexcusable, inambitious, like literally grounds for sacking. Get out of here, because especially if City don't get a Rodri replacement, but regardless of even if they do buy someone, there's no guarantee that would work, right? So I don't want to put it on City. It's on Liverpool. Like if January comes and we're in the lead, you need to go buy the players that Arne Slot needs. You sit down, you say, who do you
shut
need?
up.
Give me 2 names. Boom. And like we will have the pressure because it's like David versus Goliath. I mean, it's not like that.
Who's
big of a
David and
difference.
Goliath? You have more world-class players than them.
You have to let me finish the point. I'm using it as a metaphor, but like I said, it's not that big of a gap. Like it's not actually David versus Goliath. It's the first one that came to my head, right? The beast is wounded. If they don't have Rodri and they don't replace him, and it doesn't look like they have the players to do it, and they don't buy anyone, it's on you. You made money over the summer. Go out, buy the players, do the job. No matter how big the point differential is, even if it's 3 points. Like if that's the situation in January, it's entirely on Liverpool. It doesn't matter what city.
Do you guys, before I get anybody talking, do you guys know what is going on here? Liverpool hired the coach. They didn't know how good he is. He turned out to be very good, but they don't want any pressure. You have better players than Man City. Guys, your right backs, both of them are better than both right backs of City. Both. Kyle Walker and
when
Rico
did I
Lewis.
just say that we don't have pressure? We have pressure.
The thing about it.
Do you know what?
G knew how good Slot was. The fans didn't.
I have no idea, Vader. No one knows.
No, the fans didn't know how good Slot was.
No, hang on.
No, but the board,
the board didn't. You guys know the board didn't know why. They're very strong with Alonso.
Hughes and Edwards knew how good Slot was. Hughes and Edwards knew that Slot would be a perfect
they didn't
fit.
know, Mac. You're wrong because they wanted Alonso first.
No, Alonso wants the narrative by the fans because he's a former Liverpool player.
No, they wanted Alonso and he said he's staying. No, this is wrong information being presented.
Slot was the only guy that got offered the job. Slot was the only guy that got
Oh my God.
Yes.
No, this is copium, Mac. Mac, this is copium. They literally asked Xabi Alonso, and Xabi Alonso that said he'd stay at Liverpool. If Xabi Alonso was available, he would have joined Liverpool. Are we serious?
Maybe, Mo, but he was the only one that got offered the job. He was the only one that
because
got
Xabi Alonso. Okay, I'm stopping here. Unless I'm deluded, people. Unless I am so deluded. Alonso said he's staying. That's why you didn't offer him the job.
I will say, Mo, there was 3 candidates. There were 3 candidates. Our top 3.
Can you rank them, Ram, for me, please?
Slot.
It's hard.
But
it's hard to rank them because again, when we went to all 3 managers, we just went there as an inquiry. So it was Alonso, Amorim, and Slot. Alonso came back and said, "No, I'm with Leverkusen. I've got something going here. I want to stay." So that was completely out of the question. Amorim was like, "Yes," and Slot was like, "Yes." But then Amorim it came to those 2. Amorim wanted control. He wanted to put his own philosophy into the club. The club was like, "No." So we're like, no, absolutely. K-Mac, it's true. K-Mac, there was reports that we went for Ruben Amorim and we said no to him.
The only manager we spoke to personally was Slot. Paul Joyce has confirmed it.
Yeah, that's how I read it as well. That you only spoke with Slot, and Slot wanted.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter because we have Arne Slot and we're top of the league. So I don't care about all these hypotheticals. I got Arne Slot. I got the Dutchman. This is who I wanted. Certain individuals on this platform, Hussam, wanted him out the day before he even.
Hey man, I was happy when I did my research. I'm just saying. I was
we're flying. We're like Arne Slot is a fucking eagle in the sky, soaring, and I don't even think that he is as good as he can be. And I like that his attitude is, I'm still always going to look back at Nottingham Forest. Every time you ask him anything, it's back to Forest because it's the one blip, and he doesn't want any blips.
Healthy though. It's a bit
No.
unhealthy.
Okay, let me do one super.
I want an unhealthy
Okay,
manager.
one super
unhealthy
chat.
manager.
Let me one. Can I do
He's
one
lent
super chat and then
Forest.
ask NJ a question? My dog is now named the underdog. We are the underdogs. You guys, I don't want to say, but you guys have no chest. NJ, are Liverpool favorites to win the Premier League now with 5 points ahead and the way they're performing?
I'll be very honest. 2 weeks ago, I still saw Arsenal more as a threat than Liverpool, just based on last season. And I didn't really,
Don't start the jokes. Don't start the jokes.
I didn't really see Arne Slot as a coach that can keep this form, but the performances have been so convincing. The way he manages in the Champions League, the Cup, the League, Liverpool is hands down. The only team in the world currently that I see better as Liverpool is Barcelona. So
Barcelona.
they are definitely the favorite.
They lost to definitely better.
They lost to Monaco with a red card. They lost to Osasuna with rotation and injuries.
NJ, did you know who scored for Monaco twice in that game? Minamino. Minamino. I'm just saying.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We've also only lost one game.
Okay,
and
so
we've
you
only
guys
drawn
want to say
one
that
game.
you're the best team in the world, then you can have
on
that
form.
as well.
We're the best team in the world. We're top of Champions League. We're top of the Premier League.
On form today, on form, we are favorites. I don't believe in calling out favorites 30% of the way through a season. But if we're going to have the conversation, there
but
is
you're
no
definitely ahead of Arsenal in the picking
100%. If we're going to have the conversation, which I protest this conversation. But if we have it,
like Arsenal are more threatened, this stuff is like rubbish.
Mo, come back. No, Mo. My answer to all this comes back to me in
We won't
February.
say we're favourites. We won't
I have
say
a
we're
question
favourites.
for you.
We
Oh,
never
no.
do.
Yeah, a little bit. You will.
I'll tell you one thing.
You will.
Mo. Here. Hold on. Here's going to be my thing. If after 2 weeks from now, if we beat Southampton,
are you all trained the same, like together?
No,
you guys get in one room and
I'm
just agree.
different. I'm different than these guys. I'm different, and I'm going to explain to you how.
Because of the different. It's a pointless.
2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, if we beat Southampton and City drop points against Tottenham, then the following week, if we beat City at home, I'll sit here and say we're winning this league. Like there's no excuses at this point. We have more than a 10.
I don't want you to say that.
Beating them at home.
You guys know it's not. People think that I try to clip you. I don't even do shorts and I don't post on Twitter. The whole point for me is that when I want to say Liverpool are favorites or not, I don't believe you're favorites. But I genuinely think that the way you play at the current moment and the world-class players and the way Mohamed Salah is performing and the way Van Dijk is actually performing and Kelleher and goalkeeper, Gravenberch, I cannot ignore the signs in front of me that Liverpool actually are the best team in the Premier League at the current moment. Will they fall off? That is something I don't see. I want anyone to tell me here, what are the evidence you guys have that Liverpool will fall off? Apart from depth. We saw Conor Bradley today. Came on. Phenomenal.
Brilliant.
10 out of 10.
So my reason for why
we saw today Curtis Jones play. Very good in the first half. Darwin Núñez, I don't care a little bit, guys.
But he scored the goal. He scored the goal.
Guys, he's literally sometimes turns into a donkey, bro. He turns into a donkey.
He scored. I'm not going to go after someone who scored.
Yeah. But hold on. Do you want honesty? The way he rounded the goalkeeper is so basic. It's so Sunday league stuff.
He could have just laid it off to Diaz.
He could have laid it off to Diaz. He was going to round the keeper, and he
didn't even round the keeper. He couldn't even round the keeper.
He kicked it at the corner flag, and then he fell over. But he could have just laid it off to Diaz. People don't realize that. If he had taken the touch forward, Diaz
every time I say this guy's gonna get better.
Doesn't matter. He scored. He scored.
The 1-on-1, bro. He missed by like 5 yards, bro. The 1-on-1.
Okay, but to be fair to him though, if you go back and you watch that 1-on-1, it's inexcusable that he misses the target. But the ball bounces literally right before he kicks it. If there's air underneath the ball.
Mike,
did I make an excuse?
That's a professional footballer. That's a professional
excuse.
No,
I'm explaining what happened. He has to hit the target. I don't care if you don't score.
And the header, I am sure he closed his eyes. Like, it's crazy.
Nah, Mike. Yeah, that one. If he gets on target, that's a straight goal. I'm sorry. If he gets
the power was
hit the target.
Can I just mention something else?
Yeah, go ahead, Mac. Yes,
have you actually seen the video that Liverpool FC posted up before the game with Núñez shooting in training.
No, I haven't.
Watch it.
I've
He
seen
puts
clips
every
of
single
him,
one in
yeah.
the top bin.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
seen
have you seen
before.
that?
And then
He
he was
scored
like, "Oh,
worldies, bro. He
it's
scores
mental.
worldies.
But
It's mental.
that's the same
And then
for
goes
all
in the
pros.
game, and then he turns into a donkey somehow, and I don't know why.
Look, but Mac,
I'm
Pressure.
okay, go ahead.
Can I say one thing? Can I say
You
one
can
thing?
say many things. You haven't spoken all.
Last season, we draw that game, and Nunes misses those chances, and we concede, and we draw that game last season. I'm telling you,
We're not doing this.
having
Yes,
Arne
yeah,
Slot,
he's right.
having Arne
Mo.
Slot is just a
Why not?
masterclass.
He's right.
nah, but he's actually
We
right.
played the
'cause
exact
last
same
season-
game that we
Perfect
played
last season.
substitutions. He makes the
No,
perfect
last season.
substitutions to change
Aston
the
Villa
game.
played the exact
take the
same
heat
game
out of the
as
game.
they did last season. We slapped them.
I don't want to look at last season. I think that like we need to turn the page. It's a new manager. Like last year's Liverpool is not this year's Liverpool. Our defensive record proves that. We've only conceded 6 goals in 11 games. We've barely even conceded in Europe. Like the whole team is different.
One
and
goal
it's
in Europe.
entirely down. It's entirely down to how we set up. It has nothing to do with players' capabilities. It has nothing to do with their abilities or potential. It literally just has to do with how do we set up games and how do we lull the opponent to sleep? How do we take the energy out of the people in front of us? Like if we can't deal with the press, fine. I'm just going to kick it long, and even if you win it, I have everyone in a position that's going to completely take care of whatever counter you bring to me. And I'll do this for 45 minutes because I know in the second half you won't press, and then I'll come out, put my foot on your throat, and all of a sudden the game is over.
They got 3 hamstrings today. The opposition got 3 hamstrings today.
I'm just gonna.
That's
I
what we were.
want to start. I want to have couple of things. Mohamed Salah could have been in 4GA today if it wasn't for Darwin Nunes. Let's just establish that, right?
Yeah,
It was a shameless assist though. The first one was a shameless assist.
No, it's not a shameless assist for one reason.
Either Salah scores it himself.
Yes,
or
scores it himself. He's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
Exactly.
Actually, assist is an understatement.
I mean, it should have been a red card if we're going to be
exactly.
real.
If Nunes
I want to
doesn't
speak
score, it's
about
a
two
red.
things. Luis Diaz today. What a game from Luis Diaz today, and Mohamed Salah. Luis Diaz has to take credit at some point. The way he worked, the way he dribbled, the way he combined with Robertson, by the way, on the left. That is so good from Arne Slot to revive this guy's career. And offensively as well. They formed like an allegiance on that left side. Robertson and him. You guys don't like. I was watching the game. Him and Robertson today cooked on that left side.
Listen, Robertson did hit the first man about 10 times, but he also got into
Oh my god!
But he also should have had an assist.
Yeah,
he should have had an assist. No, Darwin Nunes robbed him of an assist.
I'll give it to you. Darwin has to hit the target there, but you know he's Darwin. Like he only scores. You have to make it a rainbow flick. Like Darwin Nunes has to kick everything as an overhead kick in order for it to be a goal.
Apologies also to Ibrahima Konate, who's been improving by the game.
Second best center back in the world.
Wow, he's absolutely. He was amazing today. He was fantastic. And when I say that Virgil van Dijk can, when I said that when Virgil van Dijk joined in the January of 2018 and completely changed the way a team plays, and that's why he's the best center back to ever play in the Premier League individually. People don't understand. By himself, he's 2 center backs. The way he reads the game, the way he moves everyone around him, and people don't understand this. This guy is so good to the point that you can literally have him as 2 center backs. Just people don't understand it. Today, again, the distances between him and the forwards, the way he cuts the passing lanes and the way he stands, it's ridiculous, to be honest. Some of the individuals at Liverpool are just so good that this is why I think that if Arne Slot keeps everyone fit, I think you're a big shot to win the league. It's not going to be 99 points. Like, come on. Like, it's not going to be like a 19-20.
Which is fine, but a lot of the reason why these players are looking so much better is because of Arne Slot. Like, because of the fact that the defense starts in the midfield. And when we looked so terrible defensively, and people were calling out Ibu and Virgil and Trent, it's because we didn't defend in midfield. We were so progressive that we just allowed teams to cut us up on the counter. When you get rid of that and you outnumber every odd man rush, so it's now even mano-a-mano, the players look better. Ibu does all of the little things right, but he was doing all the little things right. Virgil was doing all the little things right. It's just they were outnumbered. And if you're outnumbered, I don't expect you to be consistent. Now this year, we're never outnumbered. So now we all look so much better because the defense is starting in the midfield and because we're not getting cut up in counters. And every time we lose the ball, everyone's right back. And all of a sudden people say, oh, it was very controlled, even though they got into dangerous positions.
You look at that as well because Aston Villa came at us second half, and you've got Salah doing tackles in the box. You've got Diaz tracking back, taking the ball off players like on the left hand side and the right hand side. The whole team just works as a defensive unit. But we have to give some massive credit to Slot because, like, what we got 28 points in the first 11 games. Like,
28
You lost 5
out of 33.
You lost 5 points.
There's only one Liverpool manager that's done that in the last 40 years. Like, you know, he's breaking records now himself.
Jurgen Klopp, say his name.
Like, he's making unbelievable decisions.
But there's one more thing, Mac, before you go on. In the second half, Liverpool are up, and he weathered the first 5 minutes of the second half, and Liverpool had 65% position in the second half.
Did you see?
People don't understand. And I said something.
Though?
I did something on the video, and I wanted to get people's opinions before we end the show about this. Aston Villa were not sitting deep. He was still trying to dispossess Liverpool. But the way Arne Slot has the players standing on the pitch between Van Dijk, Konate, Conor Bradley, and Robertson, and even McAllister, it was so easy for them to pass the ball around, even when Aston Villa were trying to press, and then keep going the ball left and right. That is something I have not seen before. Teams tend to go long when the opposition press, especially being 1-0 up. He completely controlled the game. He completely frustrated Emery on the sideline. That is credit to the tactics and the tactical setup and the way the people stand on the pitch. It's ridiculous how a team that is 1-0 up and the opposition is pressing and still Liverpool had 65% position. This is so underrated thing that he did. People don't realize how tough is this in football.
And that's also a point where I feel like I want to give Arne Slot credit because he's also profiled the players correctly in terms of like pushing Gravenberch a position back further compared to Klopp last season, and the same for McAllister. And that's a double pivot where they're thriving from each other's abilities. And I think that Klopp didn't play it that way to an extent. And even obviously Gakpo didn't start today, but even Gakpo, who was forced a lot in the striker position, but we've seen it at the Euros left wing. Arne Slot playing him on the left wing. He's had his best games there. So just in general, I feel like Arne Slot coming in, he's had a different tactical approach, which maybe suits the Liverpool players better. And even Van Dijk, again, I feel like he stepped up his game, and the ball playing and having more possession, playing out the back despite United and Aston Villa pressing. It's all Arne Slot, where I just feel like he's done an unbelievable job. So that I wanted to give him credit again. Yeah.
But even when we're like, if you go back and you watch from the 60th minute on, even when we're trying to slow the game down and we're being pressed, if we decide to kick it long, we're still not at threat. Even if we give up, even if we give away the ball silly, because everyone in that midfield understands, get back. Luis Diaz, get back. Mohamed Salah, get back. So it's just like, it's a completely different style of game, which at times I think can lead to being a bit boring, because I'm not going to lie. From like the 50th to the 70th minute, I was sitting there and I'm like, there's literally nothing that has happened. But
yeah, because you were in full control.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Exactly.
Unless of course it was a set piece, but I'm never going to sit here and talk about set pieces.
Even for the set pieces, Kelleher did great. Kelleher did
100%.
Carved them open. Like we carved them open. There was last-ditch tackles in their box to stop us from scoring tap-ins. Like Mo Salah with 2 unbelievable crosses across the box that should have just had goals on them.
Speaking of Mo Salah,
there were some brilliant tackles.
What do you guys read into like his Instagram post and him literally playing like for your team? Like
forcing the club to offer himself.
Last season, he had the arguments with Klopp at the sideline, which turned out to look, kind of sad. And now he's playing completely for the badge. And is it another contract extension or actually his last season?
Have you watched the video in the coffee shop earlier?
Yeah.
He is so calm.
He's going nowhere, bro. He's going nowhere.
He's mad, bro. If you watching the videos of Mohamed Salah in the training ground under these players, he's going nowhere, bro. This guy is so comfortable at the club. I said that he's gonna go to Saudi for the money. Watching him
that's what I
play
thought.
and watching him talk and how he goes, bro, the guy is the leader of these guys. They go around him before anybody goes to the training, bro. This guy has built a stature for himself inside the club that I think they're going to be idiots to not offer him a contract, but I think they will. And they're going to offer him the money he wants because it's not only on the pitch, bro. It's not only the numbers. He's leading Europe in terms of goals and assists, right?
Well, I mean, you also
It's
have to
off
take into
the pitch.
consideration
This guy is the leader. Like when
he's
he's fired
chasing-
up, everyone around him is fired up.
he's
Do you
chasing
want to hear
200
some more
Premier League
records
goals.
that he broke? Do you want to hear some more records that he
Yeah.
broke? He's the first
Aye.
Liverpool player in the last 30 years that's got 10 assists and 10 goals in the first 16 games or 17
Already
games.
in the Premier League.
I've
10
got another
10
record
goals
as
and
well.
10 assists.
He
It's
just
like
passed
him,
Thierry
well,
Henry,
goals behind
75
Henry.
assists.
He's just
He
gone ahead
passed
of
Thierry
Thierry
Henry.
Henry in assists.
You know how
Yeah.
many goals?
That's
How many goals
insane.
is he behind Henry?
No, he's ahead of Henry, I believe, in goals.
No, he's
In
not
assists.
ahead of Henry.
Nah,
Henry's
nah,
got
nah,
170 odd. I think he's
Oh.
about 7 or 8
Oh.
Gone
behind.
ahead in assists.
But he only he
God.
needs less than 40
If-
to get to
if-
200.
If
He's
he
gonna get to
wins
200.
the league this season and passes Henry in assists and goals, it's awkward.
Conversations.
It's so
especially
awkward.
especially
It's
if they
awkward.
win.
If he
for
wins
some
a Ballon
Premier League.
d'Or, if he wins a Ballon d'Or,
Get
if-
Ballon
if-
d'Or.
if-
Yeah.
if
Ballon
we do
d'Or
the
is not.
double-
It's not. If you do the Champions League and Premier League, he's gonna win Ballon d'Or. Listen,
Mike, he's 8 goals behind Billy Liddell.
He's less than 40 goals away from 200. If he gets the
Uh,
200 Premier League
Arsenal
goals,
fans are gonna get triggered now.
he's
Yeah.
he's six.
I know that's
he's
why I said it,
six-
Mo. Sorry.
He is 6 assists.
They're gonna get
behind
triggered,
David
but
Beckham.
there has to be a conversation. I'm not
He is
saying he's
6
gonna be
assists
ahead of
behind David
Henry.
Beckham.
I'm not gonna say he's ahead of Henry, but listen,
Hold on.
I'm gonna repeat that again. Let me just repeat the statement again. The fact that people don't want to even have conversations about it, that is what is wrong. I'm not saying you choose Salah or choose Henry, but it is the conversation. And he's gonna move way ahead of the Hazards and everyone else,
He
right?
already is ahead of Hazard. He
No, no,
Let
no,
me,
it's
let
just
me,
if-
okay, can I pose a different question? If
Oh,
Mohamed
here you
Salah-
go.
He
Here
just
you
went
in
go.
the
ahead of
next-
Fowler.
Hey,
Here you go. Here you go.
okay,
Here you go. Watch. You
Have
guys are
some
so
respect.
triggered.
Wait,
You guys
wait,
are
wait, wait.
so triggered.
Arsenal
It's
fans.
unbelievable. I
have an
didn't say a
actual
thing,
question.
bro. Oh my god.
Mohamed Salah has been here for what? 7 years? 7 full seasons? This is his 8th season. If Mohamed Salah stays for another 2 seasons on top of this, he surpasses 200 goals and he surpasses 81 assists. Statistically, how in 10 seasons, over 200 goals, over 80 assists, possibly even over 90 assists, how are you going to argue against that?
Can I tell you another crazy stat that you probably won't believe? But there's only 2 players in the last 10 years that have got over 100 goals and 100 assists. Guess who they are?
Ooh, tell us.
Messi and Mo Salah.
He's not
Yeah.
Messi's level, but fine.
No, he's
that-
not. He's not.
but that-
He's not.
yeah,
Well, hold
he
on.
isn't
We
the-
we
that's the
also
conversation,
we need,
man.
wait.
That's the
We
guy's-
need to
other
make sure that
conversation.
this is just
There is
about
no
statistics.
conversation between Messi and Salah.
This is just about statistics. Mohamed Salah
You have to
makes
look at where
Mohamed Salah
Messi's
good.
played.
Yeah, but
No,
Messi
we're
makes
not doing
everyone
that.
else good.
Okay, like, you did
I'm
too
not
much.
doing
You
that.
did too much.
Messi
Okay,
is the greatest
this
footballer
stream
in
is
history
going
of the
to hell
world.
now. It's going
I'm not
it's
gonna
going
do that.
left. The stream is going left.
Messi makes everyone good. Messi makes Inter Miami look like they could win something. Okay, like different level.
Hey, they still have Suarez and Alba and Busquets, man.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna
Suarez has
sit
no
here
knees.
doing Messi's
Suarez has
props,
no
by the way.
knees.
Let me do
No, I didn't
this.
say he's better than Messi.
I don't
didn't say that.
let me read this. I don't dislike Liverpool that much. Being a Man United fan. But a noisy neighbor being quiet is a bless. That's Man City. Of course, I want a fluke season where Nottingham Forest ends up the champions like the Leicester season.
Won't happen. Won't
Guys,
happen.
let me ask you something. If Nottingham Forest win the Premier League, is it a bigger achievement than Leicester winning the league?
Yep.
Why?
No way.
No, it's not.
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Didn't Leicester win it the season after being promoted?
Yeah.
No. Leicester
No,
almost
no,
got
second season
relegated.
after.
And
No,
then
no.
they
Leicester
My bad.
was saved in the last 2 games and then they won it.
And
Leicester
However,
were 5,000 to 1. 5,000 to 1 odds.
and
they
I'm
won
going to
the
tell you
league.
why it's a bigger achievement. You know, guys, why?
If it's these, if
Because
it's
they're
these,
going
if it's,
against
no,
Pep
if it's these,
Guardiola and this Liverpool team and the Arsenal team.
no, but Mo, if it's these copper players, then yes. because Leicester
really
they signed
thinking
N'Golo
they
Kante.
No.
It turned out to
No.
be
No, but
one of
hold
the
on.
greatest
You
of the generation.
you didn't even know who N'Golo Kante is when they signed him.
But he
You have
turned
no
out to be
idea
the
who-
greatest of our
You have no
generation.
idea.
He
How
they
much is
turned out to be the
Forest
greatest of
spent,
our
though?
generation. I can guarantee
spent
you.
about
But if
400
they do win
million
the
in the
league,
last 2
none of
years.
their players are going to be generational. I will guarantee you that.
Hey,
None of them.
respect Callum.
I hear you.
Respect
Not-
Hudson
not
Odoi.
Forest have spent
Respect Hudson Odoi.
hundreds of millions.
No, do not bring Hudson.
No,
Odoi
there
to
is gonna
generation,
be
bro.
the best striker in the Premier League history.
the
Is
worldie
gonna be
against him.
Chris Wood. Chris Wood,
Oh
of
my
course.
god.
Premier League Player of the Month, no.
And
Nah,
and
but-
Nuno Espirito Santo, the Manager of the Month.
Yeah.
To be honest, but
Perfect,
listen, guys, we're gonna end the show here. I think this is it for us. We can get to 400 likes. We're 30 likes away, less than 30 likes away. And thank you so much, my God, Jiriak. Mo asked Liverpool fans if Mo Salah is above Owen and Fowler, without a
Oh,
shadow
yeah,
of a
he's
doubt.
definitely above Owen.
I put him
Yeah,
above
above
everybody.
And
Mohamed
he's
Salah
above
is the
Salah.
greatest Premier League player for Liverpool.
Jiriak, you heard it here. He's
I will never
definitely.
ever say he's better than Gerrard.
He will
know
be
he
better
is
than
Gerrard.
Gerrard if he wins the
Gerrard
Premier
did
League
not
this
win a
season.
league for you
There's-
guys.
there's
He already
reason behind that.
is better than
There's reason
Gerrard. There
behind
is
that.
Okay, he
Never.
is gonna be
Gerrard did
ahead
not
of
win a league
Gerrard.
for you
Stop the
guys.
nostalgia
Salah won a
shit.
league and a Champions
Stop
League.
the
for you.
nostalgia stuff.
Nostalgia. No, Mo. Nostalgia is too much. Sorry, no.
Bro. If
That is
Mohamed
my
Salah wins the
childhood.
league- Okay, so let me. Okay, if you win the double Champions League and the Premier League this season, and Mohamed Salah is the top scorer. Okay, what do we say? What
Not
are we
even a
saying?
debate. It's not even a
It's not, I
debate.
don't think it's a debate at that time, right? I don't think it's a debate.
I won't say it on
They're-
camera.
Another Champions League and another Premier League, and Mohamed Salah is definitely the
But
good
it
for
also,
Liverpool.
but like, stop
I won't say on
viewing it
camera.
like it would denote Gerrard. It doesn't
Okay.
denote Gerrard. Like records are meant to be broken,
For me.
That's my. That's my.
which
that's
is
my guy
fine.
right there.
Which is
He's my
fine.
childhood.
Like
That's my childhood.
it's also
He
subjective. But
literally won you a
if
Champions
Mohamed-
League only,
if Mohamed
where
Salah
Xabi
plays 3 more
Alonso was like
seasons,
the guy that stepped up.
200 Premier League goals, he is the best player
Don't
we
do
will
that,
ever have.
NJ.
Guys,
Don't
I'm
do
gonna
that.
tell you guys something.
do
If
that.
Liverpool win the Champions League and the Premier League this season, Mohamed Salah is the GOAT of the Premier League. And you know why? Because I only count the trophies you won when you are player in the Premier League. Mohamed Salah is the GOAT of the Premier League. If they win the Premier League and the Champions League, and no one is going to convince me otherwise.
Well, Mo.
To be honest,
If he
And-
wins
and-
both of them, he's
look,
gonna get.
yeah, because
Guys, can
two
we-
But
two
these are
Champions Leagues,
crazy conversations.
two Champions Leagues and 2 Premier Leagues for a player like Mohamed Salah in the Premier League, I think he has to be the GOAT. Like,
Okay, but
in the
can we also give then KDB some prop because what he has been doing?
a cog in the
past-
machine. No, he's a fantastic footballer, but
Cog in the machine, though, Mo, innit?
no. Kevin De Bruyne.
This-
If Liverpool-
unfortunately, this is a
Liverpool-
game of
I'm
GA.
telling you something. If Jurgen Klopp had Kevin De Bruyne,
Oh my!
half of these league
oh.
titles have gone to Liverpool.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Mo,
All-
let's not do
all
that.
of them,
If
all
Mo
of them.
and Mo, if Klopp had
If
Steven
Liverpool
Gerrard,
had
if
Kevin De
Klopp had
Bruyne-
Steven Gerrard,
Yeah,
He'd
Klopp
slip
had Steven
again.
Gerrard.
Slip again.
Steven
Yeah.
Gerrard was
slip
playing,
again.
but
He'd
Steven
if
slip
Gerrard
again.
was chilling in
Slip
LA.
again.
I promise you, if Jurgen Klopp had KDB, guys, I swear,
He would
the
win
last
all-
season they won the league because Kevin De Bruyne came back, bro. This
Yeah.
guy
if Klopp-
is
if Klopp
not
had
is
Steven Gerrard, we win the
amazing.
quadruple.
Bro,
Twice.
he's
Has
so
KDB
good, Kevin De
ever won
Bruyne.
Player
It's
of the Season?
unbelievable.
Has KDB ever won Player of the Season?
He won
Yeah,
it
he did.
twice.
He
Yeah,
He
won
won
twice.
it twice.
Guys,
Yeah.
listen,
Only
I'm-
Ronaldo has
Just
done
only
that.
consider that he
player-
has.
the only player that I will never say is assistant player in the City squad is freaking this
Thank
guy.
you.
The
Thank you.
way he passes the ball, guys, and the way sometimes he comes out of
And
nowhere
scores
and
goals.
provides an
Scores
assist.
goals.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
good.
He's the
actually.
best midfielder. He's the best midfielder that the Premier League has seen in over 10
Thank
years.
you.
He's
Yes.
unbelievable.
No, is that what?
The best midfielder the Premier League has seen in the last 10 years.
Oh, okay, in the last 10 years, yes.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Over
Ah,
the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I'm not
History that I'm gonna be
I'm
like,
not-
no.
no,
it's
no.
gonna be
I said
Let
in
that
the
marinate.
last
When
10
he-
years.
once he retires, obviously I feel like Kevin De Bruyne is not the player to stay as long as Giggsy did in the Prem. But that record for top assister, if he was to stay another 5 seasons, he'd have
NJ.
it easily.
He's not going to
And
stay
remind
for
me
season.
what he
He's
did in
leaving.
Champions League
the
finals.
season.
And
NJ is leaving.
Mo,
He's leaving.
can you remind me what Kevin De Bruyne did in the Champions League final?
Yeah, Habibi, it's not. It's fault that Rudiger is just an asshole and just took him
Hey,
out.
hold on. Stop moving the goalposts. We just said Premier League. No Champions League last
No.
Exactly.
No, we're
by
not
the
doing
way,
that. If we're
I
doing
do-
goal
No.
conversation, it has to be
Listen,
everything.
I do this for banter and stuff. But the people that say, what did he do in the Champions League? Rudiger was an asshole and literally took him out. What did
What about
Mohamed
against
Salah
your
do in
team?
the final when Ramos broke his
Exactly.
shoulder?
Ramos took him out.
No, what did you do against Inter, your team?
He got
Don't even
injured
get me
after
started on
25
Torres
He
minutes.
played with an injury
There
for 4
we
months.
go.
He
Bro, he
played
got
with an injury
injured in
for 4 months
25
for us to win the
minutes.
league.
He was injured in 25 minutes. What do you want him to do?
Rams out of
And
form.
a certain
Rams
midfielder
out of form.
had to go up against Stan, Maldini,
How many-
Nesta, and Cafu.
How many assists does
goal.
KDB
And
got?
Xabi
I
Alonso
can't
stepped up. And Xabi Alonso stepped
He's
up.
a midfielder, though. K-Mac, I'm not going to view a midfielder based on GA. I'm going to view a forward based on GA.
His GA
Or a
is crazy,
midfielder.
actually. By the way, his
His
GA is still
output is still
crazy.
insane.
His
It- it-
output's
it's
still
it's
insane.
insane, but he's also a midfielder. Like, you
That's
know,
what makes him so
ultimately,
special, 'cause he's
yeah,
a
Mohamed
midfielder.
Salah's job is to score goals. So if he gets 200,
That's fair.
yeah,
That's fair.
and also he
Guys.
would be the only winger. He's the only winger in the top 10 Premier League goal scoring.
Do you know the only?
right now?
You guys know the only thing that goes against KDB is that he plays for Pep Guardiola. It's the only thing that goes against him.
Yeah.
Actually.
Why? He works with one of the best managers in the world.
Nah,
Unfortunately,
because
my
it's
man
Because
doesn't-
Pep
Steven
is
Gerrard
the
doesn't
best.
have the
Red
Because
cartel
Pep
hype.
is the best. Because
But the
Pep
thing is,
is the
elevates him.
best. Pep for me is the best league system manager I've ever seen in my life. He literally makes things work, and he has a system that works against 16 out of the 19 teams he plays. It's ridiculous, to be honest. So, but I'm not going to discredit him because he plays for Pep, because the guy, forget when the team needs him all the time. Kevin De Bruyne is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
He wasn't
crazy.
there today.
I
but
missed the show.
it's
I
all
missed
good.
a little bit of the show in the portion. What's the contract length that Mo's looking for?
3.
How many
3
years is
years?
he looking
He'll,
for?
he'll,
Oh,
he'll
3
probably
years,
get
3
he'll
years,
probably
3
get a
years.
3-year
He's looking for
extension, and
3?
he deserves it. Yeah,
He's looking for 3 years.
31 years old.
He's only 32 years old.
Oh, you're
32.
saying Ronaldo's sayings. Well, I think I deserve it.
What okay, what about the man who is physically a perfect specimen in terms of health and fitness? What about him says, I can't do this for 3 years?
You know what the problem
he
is
doesn't
with
take
Mohamed
guys on
Salah?
one-on-one
It's gonna
anymore.
be if he gets a 3-year contract, it's gonna be 36 by the time that contract ends, which is, however, the way he plays, he has 3 years. The guy
Mo,
is
did you
so
see that?
fit.
Mo, did
you
you
see
see
how
that second
creative
goal?
he
He
is,
hasn't lost a bit of pace, bro. He hasn't
And
lost
even
any
if he
pace.
loses his, and guys, even if he loses his pace, I feel like
Yeah,
his creative
I think
spark has grown. His
I think
creative
that
spark
is the
has
main
grown.
problem. The problem actually is Mohamed Salah needs an extra money. And Redlan Taranga is not 35. He's born in June 92. And if you give him a new contract, by the time that contract ends, he's at the end of 35. He's almost 36. Like,
Listen, Liverpool
So-
Liverpool have the money. We're about to get a
because
huge
by
check
the end
from
of
Adidas.
by the end of this season,
have the
guys, by June he's 33. So 3 more years. That means he ends the
We're
contract end of
changing
June
kits,
by
baby.
36. So
We're changing
the
kits. We
problem
got money
is
on the way, baby.
he wants a lot of money, and
He'll get it.
is he?
And
Are
that-
they gonna
and
give
the
him
same for
money?
Trent.
Though?
Like, guys, how
Well,
are you guys feeling
I don't
about
think
Trent?
he wants
'Cause
loads of money. I think
wasn't
he just
Trent-
wants the same contract.
No. I think actually Rami Abbas is gonna ask for a lot of money. His agent, basically, they're gonna ask
But it's
because the
but
money
it's
that
not
is
agent
offered in
fees.
Saudi Arabia, the money that is offered in Saudi Arabia is triple that. Let me
you know
do
what?
It's what-
Liverpool could just
innit?
do a sign-on bonus. Boom.
Yeah, it's not what we'll do. We won't pay him
Liverpool
money.
can't slip to the second greatest, unlike Gerrard. Thank you, JW, for that. This slip thing is gonna be always on Gerrard's resume.
No, no,
Always.
no,
I remember
it's-
watching that
yeah.
game in my
I still
basement.
think
I
it.
threw a fucking shoe at my TV. I was pissed.
He's so unlucky to end the
Them
career
Baba
like this.
broke your
It's
heart.
fucking nuts.
Every
Man.
game,
And the
that's
funniest
why
thing
I'm
didn't end
is,
his
Salah
career like that.
celebrated Gerrard's
Weird.
slip. Salah celebrated Gerrard's slip. He was playing for Chelsea that game.
Yeah, he did.
Don't do
You
that.
had to
Don't
say
do
that,
that.
didn't you?
Don't do that.
Let me say
Rand's
something.
been doing
yeah?
it all night. Let NJ do
No,
it.
let me say something, yeah. If
Yeah, and I've been
Gerrard,
countering
if
him.
Gerrard even had a manager the same level as Pep Guardiola, the world wasn't ready for it. The world
Oh,
weren't ready
wow.
for it. I'm just saying it. Just saying it. The second coming of Lothar Matthäus, yeah. Just
The
saying.
league wasn't lost there anyway. The league was lost before that game. That
The
was
game
just the nail
Oh
in the
yeah,
coffin.
I reckon it was the
Yeah.
game before.
Let me do the
Just
last
the nail
super
on the
chat
coffin.
before we get out of here because I have a football game actually. Before I do Queen Nadras, Redline Teranga, Mo Salah was born in 92. 3-year contract is 2028. His contract ends in 25, not 24. His contract end next year, which is the end of this season, Redline Teranga.
And he'll
So
be
he wants
33
a
at the
contract
end of
from
this season.
25 to 28. So he will be 36. Redline Teranga. It's simple. Big up Mo. Thank you, Nadra. Thank you for the super chat. Nunes had missed that chance, would Bailey get a red card on Salah's foul?
He didn't even
Yeah,
blow it for a foul.
yeah.
Yes.
The
He
referee
didn't blow
told
for
them.
foul.
Yes.
Actually, no. It's 3 seconds. If he missed, it wouldn't happen. It's
A
past.
red
You
card
already
is an
took the
immediate
chance.
stoppage play, though. Straight red
No,
is
but
immediate
Mo,
stoppage.
If
he didn't
Nunes,
give a
guys,
foul.
No. If Nunes missed, right? The opportunity is given. It cannot be a red because you did not stop a goal scoring opportunity because the goal scoring opportunity happened after. Does that make sense?
He would have had to
So,
immediately
yeah.
blow the
They missed
whistle
the game where
because
the player
red is
didn't get
immediate
sent off
stoppage.
with a foul on the
If
offside.
he didn't, no, if Nunes missed, it would not have been a goal scoring opportunity because the goal scoring opportunity happened for Nunes. That's called advantage. So
He
it's
would
not,
have had to blow
by
it then.
definition, it's not a red card. By definition, he didn't prevent the goal scoring opportunity because it happened. It would have been a yellow card. And it wouldn't even been a foul.
But it doesn't
Basically.
matter because he scored. So
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Boom.
And Liverpool.
It
left
wouldn't
off
be a
Chile.
red. It wouldn't be a red, Nadra. I explained to you. It wouldn't be a red. Listen, guys, who's live so I can redirect to them? I'm sorry, guys, to keep you like for 30 seconds. Just let me see. Flawless. Awesome. Maybe with that.
Since when is a red card not an immediate stoppage of play?
Let me redirect to Flawless. Yes, Flawless is there. All right. Guys, I want to thank everyone. Vator Games is in the description. What do you got coming up?
I've got a lot.
You
coming
have to
up,
do
man.
a stream. You have to do a stream about the loss.
I did. So tune in and check out my channel. I did one today. CIA Intelligent Agendas. I had other city panels. We talked about the loss. We talked about some of the solutions. We talked about what our expectations are. Check that out. And obviously, I'm going to do a show tomorrow. Most likely, Why Always Me. So tune in to Vader Games TV. Why Always Me. You'll get the notification. You'll see when I'm live. And we'll be discussing how we write this. Because 4 losses on the bounce has opened the door wide open for Liverpool fans for having big, tremendous 300 pounds bench press chests right now, as well as Arsenal fans seeing that even though they're slipping up, they're not far off with us dropping points. So yeah, tune in and check it out.
Hey, Mac, what do you got coming up?
I'm probably going to do a show in the next couple of days, but nothing right now. But you can check me out on K-Mac channel.
NJ, plug your channel. Guys, I want to support NJ. He's just a new YouTuber. We need to get him to like 100 subs. Look, he talks very well. He's going to learn the banter more. And
Yeah,
This
once
isn't a
again,
banter
thank
show,
you,
Mo.
Mo, for having me. Thank you, Mo, for having me. I'm probably gonna do a City Crisis video. It's gonna be uploaded by tomorrow. Speaking about
Now it's a
Liverpool
crisis.
and obviously City. Yeah,
bro, telling you, bro, when they get in their
my
own
YouTube
streams
account,
together,
Skybrew NJ.
guys,
Now it's a
when they
crisis.
get-
Now it's a
when they-
crisis.
you have to know when
We wanted
LJ
you
does
to
his
say that
stream.
before.
Exactly. They do the streams together, Martin, and they do that. Luke, City TV, and Tony. They do the same. They call it a crisis. They're panicking. They go on other people's channels. They're like calm, composed. You know what I mean?
Guys,
Jam.
let's not do
We're
this.
good. We're good. We're good. Watch them together. We are watching. We're watching you guys. But big up everybody that is here. Thank you, Ram. You got something coming up? I think you have a channel, but you never stream.
Yeah, can you skip me, please?
All right, all right. Okay, guys. And I know Das, you'll see Das on Osam's channel, on this channel, on Staffy TV, on American Waffle. Of course, all the time, every Tuesday with Staffy. Big up everybody that joined us. Big up everybody that supported the channel. Super chatters, you're absolutely amazing. We're 3 likes away from 400. I will see you guys soon. We're out of here, people.